Thumbs up. Hello, chat room. Hey, James is in there. He can tell us how dark this intro is.
Hey, James.
We'll use him as
Hi, man.
as our
Wait, it's Tuesday.
yes.
It is Tuesday. Who's working?
Palindrome week. Working.
Did you guys
where?
see working? That? Is it Dave?
Week.
Is it Chuck? Who's working?
Working what?
I'm sorry, where?
No,
at the chat room.
Oh yeah. We should have done the show at the chat room.
We have our
We're
own
talking
chat
about
room.
our chat room.
Our chat room. Our
But the
live
artist
show.
the artist that's putting
Internet.
something together does mention the
Internet.
chat room, the real one.
Strange
does.
land,
The
internet.
interwebs.
The weird interwebs. All right, one more thing, and then we're hitting go. Well, I guess I can hit go now.
No.
Because I need to. What?
No.
Oh, I hate Google Drive. The chicken dance?
Now I gotta find this text that I sent to the girl, to Britt and Elif this morning.
Yeah.
You probably already know. All
All
right, this week is
I got that.
Palindrome Week.
It is Palindrome Week. Are you
So
ready?
We need to talk about that.
We do. All those are armed. They're all
Palindrome
good.
week.
I need this. What the? Right there. And right there.
Palindrome Week.
All right, here we go.
I'm not ready.
The man in black fled
Oh, I
across the
forgot
desert,
that was on there.
and
Shit.
the
We
gunslinger
gotta take it off.
followed.
This episode of the is brought to you by
Guys, note.
You ready? We're getting the cue? This is some serious business right here.
This program contains graphic material, including offensive language. Viewer discretion is
Should
advised.
we make it sexy? Man, Matt, this is pretty sweet that you finally got your pilot's license and that we're actually doing our podcast from 2,000 feet in the air.
Yeah, it took a little while, but it's really been worth it. And man, thanks for buying me this sweet ass Cessna AG wagon. Yeah. Whoa! What was that, man?
Shoot. Man, I'm sorry about this. I hope this doesn't ruin your day.
No, man, it's okay. We're just hanging out doing a podcast from the air.
Yeah, man, it's okay. You got a little close, but it's cool.
Oh, okay, yeah, I don't want to screw with that. I'm glad you're not, screwing up everyone else's day.
Oh, no, it's cool. Have you ever thought about starting a podcast of your own?
And, yeah.
It's really not that hard at all.
Yeah, if we can do it, anyone can do it.
If you were to do it, how would you do it?
Oh, man, just get you a couple of microphones and some headphones, maybe, I don't.
Grab a recorder and of some sort, you can get a little Zoom device or maybe an interface to go into a computer.
Oh, hell yeah, it's a blast, man. I played video games before, so I know what I'm doing a little bit.
I guess it's sort of like that, maybe.
This is probably like jail time for life, huh? I would hope it is for a guy like me.
No, man, you can't get jail time for a podcast. What? You wouldn't go to jail for that.
You are very calm, collect, poised.
Yeah, thank you, sir. I try to be.
But yeah, getting back to subject, starting a podcast really isn't that hard. It's pretty easy to do.
Nah, I just told you, I don't want to hurt no one. I just want you to whisper sweet nothings into my ear.
This shit ain't over yet.
Trying to land it. Like, I know how to put the landing gear down.
That doesn't make much sense. Talking on internet radio shouldn't really hurt anyone.
Yeah, I'll whisper sweet nothings in your ear all night, though.
Came off. I threw up a little bit.
Are you all right?
Nah, everything's peachy clean. Just did a little circle around Rainier. It's beautiful. I think I got some gas to go check out the Olympics.
Huh? Did you say the Olympics? They're in Japan? Those aren't until next year. Are you sure you're feeling okay?
Hey, I want the coordinates of that orca with the mama orca with the baby. I want to go see that guy.
Orcas? You mean pregnant rainbow dolphins?
All right. Damn it. I don't know, man. I don't know. I don't want to. I was kind of hoping that was going to be it,
Seriously, man. Are you sure you're feeling all right?
Yeah, man. You're not making too much sense.
Man, have you been to the Olympics? You guys are gorgeous. Holy smokes.
Are you talking about the athletes? Like the male athletes? What are you trying to tell us?
Yeah, right. All right. Hey, pilot guy, can this thing do a
What have we
backflip
done?
thing? Like in a safe kind of manner. Think I'm gonna try to do a barrel roll.
Negative. It's a pretty big bird. I'm not sure if it can hold up like this crop duster can there, buddy.
Hey, buddy. Go for it. Let's see what it can do.
Oh, gosh.
I'm gonna do this barrel roll real quick. And if that goes good, now I'm just gonna nose down and call it a night.
All right, man. Take it easy.
Yes, see you later. Be safe.
So anyway, Matt, about this methane show I went to this weekend at Lola's. They had the smoke machine cranked up.
Yeah, cranked up, huh?
Yeah, it was crazy.
Break what you come from. Funny as please tonight. Crush your devotion. From the waste comes the light. Down, straight down, straight
Show number 275. It is 8/13/18.
5,
August 13th,
1, 3,
2018.
8.
or A13th.
Yeah. It's a palindrome.
It is
Homie.
Palindrome Week.
It is all palindrome week.
Oh, palindrome.
All the time. We're going to be spinning your palindromes just like
Live from the Temple of
your
Eye.
mom used to.
Whoa. Why you got to talk about my mom right off the bat, dude?
Did your mom not spin palindromes for you when you were younger?
Was your mother a race car?
Ooh, was she?
Or was she a kayak?
Oh,
Wow.
there you go. I think she was a kayak. Because she could float down the river.
Down the river?
She wasn't a witch. We tried. We
No.
threw her in, and she floated. Right? Isn't that how it works?
like,
if she
no, I don't
sinks,
think
she's
so.
a witch? Or if
No.
she floats, she's a witch?
I thought it was if
That's a sensitive subject.
I thought if a witch went through a rainstorm, they would not get wet.
Okay,
Y'all heard that one?
That's
one of
that's
them.
not true. We got
That's
two
not
and a
true?
half inches yesterday.
And you got wet?
Yeah.
Are you a witch?
So,
Are you a witch?
so
I
during
don't eat children.
This whole show's about to be turned over to her.
Dun-dun-dun.
First she drops the serial killer bomb right
I know,
before the
we gotta
show,
get to that.
and then she drops the bomb that she's a witch on us.
And here I am feeling bad about that intro we just did.
No, she's probably a white
Aw.
witch, which means right
Like a good witch? Like
What?
Glinda
From
the
the-
Good Witch?
from the
Oh, okay,
from
there
the
we go.
yeah from the east, right?
Oh, we're already getting racist, and it's
I-
5 minutes into the show.
I said witch.
But you had to put a collar in front of it.
Oh, okay, my bad. I'm
and
sorry.
I went with the location
Yeah,
wise.
yeah,
like,
yeah.
is it a West
We're not-
witch?
A
Is it a
West
white
witch?
a white
white
a
witch?
white
the
settlement
complaints-
witch?
Like the
Yes.
complaints we white settlement
Right.
witch. There's a death metal band name or a black metal band
Ooh.
name, White
Ooh.
Settlement Witch.
And you just make it out of tree limbs?
Yeah.
Did y'all see that? Did I send you that picture?
Did you see all the emails we got about racism?
No.
We're
Yeah,
we're
the
we're
black
steering
metal.
we're steering
Oh,
clear
black
from
metal.
that one. We're steering clear from that one.
We got black
People
metal.
are upset about our black metal show.
Oh.
Yeah, they're being
because-
smart
Oh,
asses.
they're being
black
smart asses
metal,
because
not
it's
black. That other word.
The people
No.
that
At
listen
that
to
place.
Black
Yeah,
metal,
right.
Yeah.
Yeah,
the
no.
people that listen to this show are relatively mean. They're very
They are.
hurtful, and they get on to us and they send us these nasty messages.
But
And they think it's all a game.
it is a game.
I think that's the
Slightly.
fruits of the labor.
Yeah. But anyway, yeah. So you walking through the raindrops and being dry is not real. You've never heard of that?
I don't know.
Have you
That's
heard of
what
that?
shows if you're a witch or not?
Yeah.
Really?
Now,
That's what I
one of the
heard,
ones they
man.
used back in the witch trials was if you float you're a witch.
Right. I remember that one, but I also heard that if
I don't
you
think it's
don't get
evolved to where
wet-
like witches these days like have like Scotch Guard powers. Like
That's a-
it's not like
okay,
that.
what if a witch goes to NRH2O
Okay. Lazy River.
and they come out of the lazy river and they're dry?
So, yeah. But
So
do
does
they
that mean they're a
float?
witch?
I'm still confused on the floating thing.
If they float, they're a witch.
If that's the way it was, right?
Yes.
Why did we have to why in history did we have to decide that witches needed to be judged with H2O?
It's because they wanted to kill them anyway, because they've already decided they were a witch. So if they floated,
Yep.
then they were alive, so
It
they had to
was-
kill them. If they didn't float, they drowned and they're dead anyway, so they got rid of their problem.
It was all a reason to see if we could
Huh.
kill him or not.
So it has nothing to do with Wizard of Oz and the OEOs.
Oh, no.
Just look
Throwing
through
water on
history. If you look through history, everything is a reason to kill someone else.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
There's always someone pissed
It
off
is.
about religion.
Always
And there's
someone
always
wants
someone
to kill
pissed off that and
someone
wants
else.
to kill someone.
Someone wants to be Cain to someone
Yeah.
else's Abel, or reverse,
What? Huh?
Abel to someone else's Cain.
That sounds like Bible
Or
stuff to
something.
me, sir.
Anyway,
You could have left it. I'm not sure. I remember.
Yeah.
so
Your edibles are kicking in early.
I forgot about those.
He forgot he ate that about
No, I
an
forgot
hour
about
ago.
those. I got some.
So what'd you do at Mineral Wells that I saw these pictures of?
I
Are
went
you
out.
officially in a militia now?
I think I am.
Happy
Things
Tuesday,
got-
Matt.
Jason, you know what? Happy Palindrome Tuesday.
Thanks, sir.
Happy Tuesday, Jason.
Happy Tuesday, Dustin.
Happy Tuesday, Matt.
Jesse.
Happy Tuesday.
Jesse.
Dustin, happy Tuesday.
Happy
Gentlemen.
Tuesday.
Happy Tuesday.
Marlon, happy Tuesday.
Welcome to the temple.
Happy Tuesday, Jesse.
Thank you for having me. I appreciate it.
I hope you find our accommodations pleasant.
Yes, there's a condom
Yeah.
machine right there if you need to take a few condoms.
It
Um,
it takes a lot to offend me, so I think we're
If
gonna
you'd
hit it
like-
off well.
a
I-
non- if you'd
I
like a
kinda
good
figured that.
non-alcoholic beverage, I think we still no, don't go in there.
No,
Where the dildo is. I mean, I have some Shasta
You
There's
can,
some
oh yeah,
Shasta.
okay, we
and
got
a
Shasta.
mini Coca-Cola
There's
Because
also a cheerleader.
Shastas are awesome.
and a large Coca-Cola.
There may
large
be
Coke.
some treats in the big pinata penis.
We'll have to
Don't
beat
know.
it.
You
You have to beat the penis to see
see.
if treats come
Why
I'll
out.
did
give you a quick tour.
Why did you look right past him?
Huh?
You looked
Past
around the room.
what?
You went.
I don't know what
around
you're talking about,
Your
Jason.
animal.
Your big
Animal up there?
black dong.
Whoa.
Oh,
Why does
yeah.
like that has made an appearance for like the past 3 weeks? And I
Yeah.
don't understand why. It's just there.
Yeah.
No,
I think
his
the-
eyes got stuck on it. He went from looking at
Because
this.
I like looking at dicks, okay?
It didn't stand out. Like I realized that yes, it was animal, but I didn't realize that he had a
I just wanted to make sure that you
rather
saw the
large
dick.
penis. I saw that one too.
Oh, everyone that comes in here, I have to show them the dicks.
Because they're here for you.
They came for
They're for
me.
you.
No pun intended.
All right. So
so
You
dumb.
didn't, Jesse, you didn't tell your mother to listen to this podcast show, right?
My mom is not on the internet.
Okay, good.
I'm
Okay,
not.
good.
My sister will probably listen to it.
None of
and
the good witches are listening, right?
what
From-
about your
from each-
priest? Did you have your priest or
Oh.
your
I don't have one of those.
your elementary school teacher that you still hang out
Oh,
with? And
no. I unfriended half of them
That
on
one's
Facebook.
okay.
That one can't come within 500 yards of a.
of this place.
Yeah, this place.
Yeah. Yeah, we repel teachers.
Yeah.
We push them away.
Teachers don't come near us.
Actually, we've had more teachers on here than
Yeah,
I think we
have we?
ever thought we were going to.
I think
Brooks,
Well, we actually had students.
Josh.
I don't mean to be getting
Oh,
ourselves
yeah.
in trouble, but we had a show where we actually had students from Haltom High. By the way, I need to kick a shout out to Lil Boogie Ulrich. He's 16 today.
Yes, happy birthday, Ulrich.
Happy
Oh,
birthday,
Happy
Ulrich.
birthday.
Happy birthday, Ulrich.
Yep. Speaking
Totally.
of Haltom High,
Are you
Buffalo.
are you driving?
am I driving where?
Is he driving?
What do you mean? No,
In a car. He's 16.
no, I don't. That's not how it works these days.
Is he at home right now sitting on a table with a redhead across from him and they're blowing out candles? They're sitting cross-legged on
And
a
I
table?
came here.
And you came here?
Yeah. No, he's probably at home playing Forza. Because did you see?
That's how you
Xbox
learn
Gold?
how to drive.
They offered it for free.
Oh, nice.
Forza Horizon 2 on Xbox Gold, and so I was like, "There's your present."
There's your present.
I'm still getting acclimated with money because I have a job now. Like Brittany
Oh.
asked me to pay the water bill, and I was like, "Whoa!"
I don't
gotta
know if
give
I
me-
can. Oh,
you have to
I
let
can't
me
do
get-
that now.
You have to give me acclimation. Like I have to have an acclimation period where I like. You can't just ask me to pay bills.
So let me ask you
What
this.
the hell?
like instantly budget.
Yeah, no. You got to give me like 6 weeks of good cushion.
Y'all been together how long?
A few years.
Joint account?
No,
No, y'all keep things
she
separate.
doesn't trust me there.
Or Are you padding
Yeah.
your secret account?
All this money I made lately.
Well, why
Yeah,
not?
You're right.
This
you're
is what
right.
you do is you start padding it,
she-
and then you're like, you know what?
I will pay that water bill.
Middle fingers. Here comes the water bill payment. Bam. You just slap it down the table
Yeah.
and you turn and you walk away.
Yeah.
And she's like,
You in a
"It's
life
about
of
time
crime
you
now?
fucking paid for something, you
Yeah.
dipshit."
She didn't like my acclimation theory either. I was like, it's
didn't?
like a shark. You can't just put a saltwater shark in a freshwater tank.
You know how
You gotta let that thing
No, no,
get
no.
used to the water. Does that not work like that?
No, it does actually.
Yeah, you gotta let it
Actually,
get used
for
to the water.
bull sharks, it does.
Bull sharks. So no, what you say is
Bull
you
shark.
gotta let
It's
me.
the only one.
You gotta let me build my account up so I can buy you something sweet,
Skrilla.
baby.
Definitely afraid of sharks.
I gotta
so.
buy you something sweet,
Some ice.
and then you like buy her a
pro-shark.
package of
Pro-shark.
chocolates or something, and you come over here and grab
I'm
some
anti
condoms.
saltwater.
Yeah. Yeah, we celebrated
Jason
Ulrich's
has his own
birthday
show.
at Cheddar's on Heritage Trace. Can I rip on some locations?
Yeah.
Worst meal ever.
The Cheddar's on where at?
This one was the new one,
At
or not a
Alliance?
new one, but the one up towards Alliance off of Heritage Trace.
Not in the best of.
No,
No.
do not put them
No.
in the best of.
No.
No.
Vote
You
them
wouldn't
down.
believe this nightmare we went through.
No, I think a lot of it, I mean, granted, it is a reader's write-in. So, like, if anyone, like, if plenty of people, like, go and, like, campaign and they're like, hell yeah, Cheddar's, but since it's a chain, I think a lot of that kind of gets, like, pushed to the side.
Even
like,
if they were mom and pop.
Well, you
though, not
guys
on
track
Tesla.
IPs, right?
yeah, absolutely. Like, if
Okay,
anybody,
I
like,
work for a company that can figure out these IPs. If they
Mhm.
vote for Cheddar's, we go to their door.
You know what? I'll squash this right now. If you listen to our podcast show or read the Fort Worth Weekly, don't fucking vote for Cheddar's. They're the worst fucking restaurant ever. They used to be good when they were over by Six Flags. Weren't they by Six Flags for a while? And there's one in South Arlington that's
There was
okay.
the one in Bedford that used to be really good.
But I think that one's still there. I think. Is it not?
I think it's a Japanese restaurant now.
Is it?
I waited tables at the one in Bedford.
But the one at Heritage Trace, carpet bomb.
Actually, I was there about 4 weeks ago and it sucked.
Yeah.
It did.
I can't believe I can't
like,
even get
all
into
around,
everything.
like, food?
It was from top
was
to bottom.
it
First of all,
service?
they tried to
Was it-
unsell us. They tried to unsell us on the fact that we had 10 people. You know how when you go to a restaurant and they're like, "Tell them it'll be an hour and a half," kind of thing,
Right.
and they're like, "It's going to be an hour and a half." I mean, you could wait. Well, they did the whole. I mean, you can eat here, but can y'all sit separated? And Alif was like, "No, I just told you that we have a party of 10. Why would I tell you we had a party of 10? That would be 2 parties of 5, or I don't know. You do the math."
Well, yeah, go ahead
Anyway.
and split it to 2 parties of 5, so you can't do that automatic grat for 2 parties of
Sure,
6 or more.
that's what she
so
shoulda
you
said.
just lost out on that.
Then the
dummy.
hostess goes, "Okay, well, is back to back. Like, could you set in separate booths?" She's like, "That's still separating, and I asked for a party of 10, and she was like, "Well, it's going to be like an hour and a half wait." And she was like, "That's cool because me and Seth are going to the bar. Fine, let's do it." That's fuck up number 1. Fuck up number 2 is appetizers. Ordered appetizers, didn't show up for 20 minutes. Okay?
That's ridiculous.
Then, check this out. This is where it gets really good. So everybody orders. 2 of the meals, Brittany ordered nachos. 2 of the meals that were ordered had mashed potatoes. Well, they come out and tell us they don't have mashed potatoes.
And
we're
what
like,
time did
this
you
is
walk
on-
into
this
this
is
establishment?
Sunday, like afternoon.
There's
This was
a fucking Kroger's behind it.
Yeah.
You can go back there and buy potatoes and smash them.
yeah. There's a nice Kroger's right next to them.
Good old corporate
So-
ran restaurants.
Yeah.
You gotta
So
love them.
I'm
Your
kind
mashed
of like
potatoes would have been out of a box anyway.
I'm kind of
Flakes.
getting
Yeah.
agitated at this point, right? Well, then they come out and they say we can't. Sorry, we can't make your nachos. When they brought the food out, they tell Brittany that they don't have nachos, which I don't understand how a restaurant doesn't have chips and cheese, like they can't make something like nachos. And why would
Why
you
did
tell
y'all
that?
stay?
Why would you? That's a good point.
I would have
Why
flipped
would you
the table
tell?
and
Why
left.
would you tell the person that you didn't have their meal that, oh, sorry, we can't make your meal and give it to you when you brought the food out to everyone?
Wait, was there like chips and salsa as part of like the
That's
appetizers?
okay. It gets better because they tell us that, right?
Mhm.
They tell us no, we don't have any chips, or like we don't have anything for nachos, right?
Mm-hmm.
Then by about that time I get up. I'm like, okay, I'm getting up because I'm about to run my mouth off to
I
some
would have
poor
flipped
waitress.
the table and walked off.
No, you
So-
were in a booth, so that
so-
table wouldn't have flipped.
No, we didn't get. We had half of us in a booth and half of us in a table, so I
Then
could have
flip
flipped the
that table.
I would have
Yeah,
flipped
sorry.
that table.
So I start to go. So I'm like, I got to go to the bathroom.
I
I'm
would've
gonna
set the
I'm gonna
booth on
call
fire.
this poor girl a cunt or something, and it's gonna ruin her day. It's gonna be horrible. I'm gonna be the asshole instead of them. Matt, it's a good time to go take a bathroom break. So I get up, and I guess one of
Upper
the
decker?
So I get up, and I was about to. I
Urinal
guess they
poop?
thought that I didn't know where the bathroom was, but I knew exactly where. I'd been to this establishment before, so I start to walk back. This dude goes, "Wrong way, dog. Bathroom's over there." And I'm like, "That's when you ever seen Irene, me, myself, and Irene, when the drums start going in his head? That's when it starts going." I go, "What'd you say to me?" He goes, "Bathroom's over there, yo." And I'm like, "Okay, yo." I went to the bathroom. I come back out. I go, "Manager now." So, and I never do that. Like Brittany, I don't think I've ever asked for the manager since Brittany and I have been together. I don't think I've ever asked for the manager. I think in my whole life I've only asked for the manager like 2 times total. I'm just not one of those dudes that ask for the manager. So the manager comes out, and it wasn't the real deal manager, but it was one of the little managers and stuff.
It was like
I
a
go,
key,
"Dude."
key like floor manager.
Yeah,
like,
yeah. And I was like, "Man, okay, check this out, dude. I'm not trying to be a dick here. I don't ever do this, but I go, we come in, first of all, they're rude to the person that came in and told us that we had a party at 10 and act like they didn't want us to come in. I go, then we find out we start ordering things and you don't have mashed potatoes, which is probably a pretty important ingredient for a Cheddar's in Tarrant County on 35 and Heritage Trace. You should probably have mashed potatoes.
Did you scream some helmet? Mashed potatoes.
Then I
Get
go,
it right.
okay, so and there's
what I
so there's
need.
that. There's like 3 people that don't have sides now because of that. And another thing, this young lady next to me ordered nachos. Well, guess when she found out that you guys couldn't make nachos? When the food was brought. I go, what kind of crap is that? I go, and then lastly, my dish right here that I'm looking at right now, I hadn't even discovered this until you just walked up, and now while I'm bitching at you, I'm noticing I don't have my carrots. I'm like, what is going on, man? And he goes, oh, you know what? Okay, so we need to get some separate mashed potatoes over there. Like, I immediately could tell that he did not give one rat's penis at all about my complaint. Like, he was just like, I'm like, okay, whatever. And I just shut up. So the whole time, the girls, they live a mess in this corner where they took our table to put us at, and there's still a mess over there. They never clean up. There's a chair, a baby chair right here with a straw and like 3 apples in it.
Whoa, there's a straw?
Yeah.
Those are illegal.
That's true. I should have brought that up to the manager. But this baby chair sat there the whole 2-hour event. They never moved it. Finally, I started getting up and going and doing extra things like, oh, you need a drink or whatever, and then like almost hurdling that to make
the high chair.
Yeah, so the
And the
hostess
mess.
and the waiters and waitresses could see that I'm actually going around this object that sat here for this whole time we've been here, and it's dirty. I don't know what's in it, and
I
y'all
would've
just
kicked it.
ignored it. I was really close. Like, I think I did a good job.
No,
honestly.
you didn't. You're letting me down.
I'm just not. I don't know. I'm not that guy. I'm not one of those dudes that starts.
Did you walk out in the parking lot and get in your turboprop Q400 and just take off and just fly around for a little bit?
My crop duster?
Yeah.
No, I didn't bring it. Nice work, by
Were
the
you
way.
that
Is
angry?
Is that you patting yourself on the back during the middle of the show? Nice job on the pre-show script and
I was just wondering if you
the whole thing.
If you took off and were like, I've had it. I've
No,
had enough.
this thing went on forever. They kept our cards for like 30 minutes, and finally
No.
we were about to get up and leave, and Seth goes, "Okay, I'm to the point where I don't even care if they keep my card because I'm just going to say it was stolen and didn't like deny this whole thing." And Maggie and Gary were, they still have our card. They didn't want to do that yet, but we were really getting close to that point. And then finally the actual GM comes and talks, and Maggie just gets up, starts talking to him, and I could see her getting all Puerto Rican and stuff, like doing the whole thing. And I was like, oh, shit. And then Seth gets
She
up.
pulled out a knife?
No. Dustin, no, she did not.
Okay.
I just was saying that she started getting attitude.
The motion you made, I thought.
No, I did
knife.
not. I didn't.
That was a finger.
That was a finger.
Oh, okay.
That was not. That was not brandishing.
I didn't know.
That
Okay,
was not
David
brandishing.
Duke.
There's
Let
a
me tell the
difference.
story,
Okay.
Mr. Duke.
Okay.
Y'all should have went to Cracker Barrel further
No
down
shit.
35.
No shit.
Just take
You
it
should have
off.
gone to Chili's.
I'm going to play checkers at Cracker Barrel in front of the fire.
Yeah.
So, about that Motel 6, he just should have
Yeah.
kept it on down the road.
Yeah, so they took like $3 off of each ticket. Some
What?
horse shit like
What a
that
comp!
too. Yeah.
Oh my god.
Yeah, it was a bunch of horse shit. And they took Ulrich's. Oh, Ulrich started crying. He was having such a bad time.
Happy birthday, Ulrich.
Happy birthday, Ulrich. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
I would have been pissed.
I was pretty pissed, but I've learned that when I get mad and like start just randomly insulting people, it doesn't do anything but make me look like the biggest asshole. And it's taken me 42 years to learn that.
And that's different from how?
Well, I can do it with my friend. I don't mind kicking anyone in the nuts.
Right.
But it's the whole look from the kids and stuff. They're like, "Oh, Dad's like when your kids are
What's
starting to look at
wrong
you-
with Daddy?
Yeah.
Why is Daddy doing this?
Can we just go home, Dad?
Shut up! Shut your fucking ass up! And happy birthday!
Go to the closet and pick a hanger.
And make me a goddamn sandwich! Cause this fucking Cheddar's doesn't have the bread to make a fucking sandwich!
You start getting weird looks when you do that.
You're gonna start having issues
Wow.
anytime anybody's like, "Hey, you want smashed potatoes?" Oh, do they have them?
Yeah. So that's
Oh.
that's my birthday rant
So,
for Ulrich.
Howdy,
Cheddar's,
howdy.
Cheddar's, Heritage Chase.
Cheddar's Heritage Trace.
You know what Gary
Yes.
said too.
What was that GM's name?
We have it somewhere.
Oh.
But you know what Gary said? Why didn't you go? You ever heard of the Jerry Jonestown Master Podcast Show?
yeah, that holds a lot of weight.
Do you know who I am?
That holds a lot of weight around here.
He does that everywhere. Why don't you tell him who you are, dude?
Do you know who I am? I can go
You-
on. I can yell at 80,000 people a month.
You have that business card holder now.
Like, hey, you know what? Yo,
Yeah,
just
where's
set that
my
down.
business card
Set
holder?
that down. Are they with the koozies?
Well, you can take the surprise out, but look what we have.
So,
Show 'em to
Mr.
the
Manager of Cheddar's, man, I don't think you
You
I don't
realize
think you know who I am. My name's Matt Stubbs. Fort Worth Weekly Reader's Choice Best Podcast recipient. I'm on that show. You might have heard me. And hey,
we do quality work.
we do quality work since 2016 when we won our first award for Best Podcast.
This is 18. We've been doing this 5 years. It took us 3 years to get an award.
Anyway,
Good grief. And then, okay, not the physical award, but to win an award. Although we did get the stuff from D Magazine and CBS 11.
I think D Magazine just like that had to be a mistake.
No,
It had to be just like
that wasn't. I talked to that
Was
guy.
And I've
it
said
was it
like
D
6 times
Magazine
again.
or was it
It was
the
D Magazine.
Dallas Observer?
No, it's D Magazine.
Observer, I don't think's
No, the Observer.
Observer, right?
They,
Are they still around?
They turned their back on me
I was
in
about
general.
to say, is there some
Is there
bad
still
blood
a
there?
Fort Worth Observer?
They have turned their back
There's-
on me as a
There's
person.
the DO and the FWW used to be sisters, and
Yes.
then the FWW went independent 16 years ago, I believe.
Let's do this right now. Let's
Oh,
introduce our
hell
guest.
Yes, let's
Hi.
do this.
We always do this. If
Need
you're
to-
looking at your radio, it's going to be right dead in the middle because we only have one guest tonight. And so look at your phone and don't go to the left, don't go to the right. Look right in the center and please introduce yourself.
I'm Jessi Foster. Most recently here I am with the Fort Worth Weekly. I do sales
Yay.
and events and marketing, so I am on Facebook all fucking day. I am a
I'm
Fort
sorry
Worth
for that.
native. No, hey, fuck Zuckerberg. That's kind of where it's at. But being a Fort Worth native, being in the music scene, service industry, I know a handful of people. So the fact that it took me this long to meet you guys, here we
Yeah.
go.
Well, here's the thing.
We've probably met drunkenly at the chat room.
I've
Or
No.
probably
twice
no,
and we
it,
just
like
don't
whenever
remember.
whenever I made that first phone call to you, Dustin, I was like, I'm sure we got mutual friends. She's like, no,
yeah,
I
at
know who
some
you
point.
are. I'm like,
He does that
Do
to everyone,
you?
though. He's a creep. He does
That's
that to everyone.
fine.
No, but that's the thing.
That's
is
I
fine.
get called the
am a creep.
rapist, and then he tells people that
Because
he
I
tells
sit,
people things like that.
but I'm the witch.
I
Yeah,
s-
and you're the witch.
I sit back and I watch. I'm a guy that just sits back and watch. I'm not one
That's
that just
creepy.
that runs up and goes, "Hey, you need to know me. I'm in the Jerry Jones Massacre,"
Yeah.
like you are at
Oh yeah,
at,
that's what I do.
at Cheddar's.
I didn't do that.
You
Oh,
gotta
didn't do that.
have some things have a little bit of weight sometimes. Be like, do you
I'm
know
gonna do it.
do you know who I work for?
I'm gonna do it next time I get pulled over.
Do you know who I am?
That I believe this would probably help me as well. Oh, I'm with the press.
Yeah,
It did
Some
get
kinda
a
joke.
pothole filled on our street a little bit faster.
Oh, well, that's nice.
What,
No
did you write a
lie.
letter to?
No
someone?
lie. No lie. No,
Betsy
I called.
Price?
I called City of Fort Worth TPW, and I was like, "Hey, we've got a really bad pothole right by our house, and people are driving through it. Can y'all maybe get someone to come fill it? Yeah. What email can I send for that work order? Well, it's Jessi JESSI at F as in Frank, W as in watermelon, and then Weekly as in Fort Worth Weekly, the newspaper. And Miss Foster, yeah, we'll go ahead and get that work order put in.
Oh, there you go.
And 2 hours later, there was some dudes raking some asphalt into the hole right outside our house. I was like, hey, guys.
Now,
and so chatted about the bond proposal, and they're like, hey, we're probably going to be paving your street probably in the next month or so.
That's how we get stuff done in Watauga.
Well, when you're mayor.
Well, I'm not yet, but...
I just call you up and go, hey, I'm vice mayor. You need to fix these potholes.
Yeah.
It's all in who you know.
So they immediately came out because they saw that Fort Worth Weekly email address.
I'm not going to say that that's what it was.
Yeah.
But I used that to my advantage.
I think you should.
I did.
Yeah,
I would.
And I did get that email with that work order, and it got taken care of.
You ever got any free apps at Chili's?
I haven't been to Chili's in a while. I just haven't. I haven't been to Chili's
She
in a while.
lives in the cool part of town where
I
there is
don't.
no chain
I
restaurants.
don't.
Oh, you don't?
I mean, I live. I mean, I'm 2 blocks up from Melly's, and I'm a block over from Thai Terrace, so I don't go far.
Yeah.
And I cook a lot. I cook a lot
you
for
go.
myself because being a kitchen manager for a while, it kind of makes you want to.
You know how
cook.
to make things.
I do.
Yeah.
Eventually, I mean,
I'd have to
obviously,
go on
obviously
Chef
the
Ramsay.
weekly. No,
Hell's Kitchen.
no.
You could represent
I could, or like Chopped or something like that.
the Weekly.
I'd cheer for you.
But
Like,
no, eventually
Weekly.
after we need to make up some kind of
Yeah,
hand
gang
signal.
sign. For
But
sure.
after I get done doing this whole weekly thing further on down the line, after I get
Are
some
you
money
resigning
and
right
capital. No, I love what I do for the whole 7 months that I've been doing it.
From what
No.
I hear,
You're
because
a mover and a shaker with upper management
material.
It's not funny when you stumble it.
from what I hear, because as Matt said, I'm the creep.
I'm the rapist and he's the creep, apparently.
From what I hear, is you're the one that's holding everything together over there. You're the one smacking them all, keeping them all in line,
Not entirely.
making
not
them
entirely.
do their work.
Not entirely. I do have a big role in what I do. I really enjoy it. Between getting emails to say, hey, put this on Facebook, or just contacting people that actually sell those ads.
Oh, so you got to go through and be like, okay, I really want to respond to this and be a dick, but I probably shouldn't, and you move on to the next email?
Not really. Like, the only time that I've ever been like that is just whenever it comes to like press releases or, hey, come watch our show. And there's nothing that I can do in that. Like, I have no hand in what goes and what is written.
But the complaints and
In
stuff, does that get sent to you? Like, hey, you know what? Me.
No, a lot of that does go straight to Eric Griffey or Anthony Mariani.
Oh, okay.
Well, you know what I want to say here right now.
Okay, here comes a complaint.
Not counting the...
You going to ask for a pay raise for her?
No, but yeah, I demand a pay raise for you, Jessi. Right off the bat,
I
you
think
deserve
one of the guys
more
on the morning
money.
show at the Ticket did that this week with one of the board ops.
They may have. But what I wanted to say is,
Craig Miller.
besides the Funky Town podcast, Jerry Jonestown Massacre kills the Fort Worth Weekly nominations thing that we do every year with
Mhm.
Eric Griffey.
Mm-hmm.
You're the first person from the Fort Worth Weekly that's been brave enough
Yeah.
to walk in here
Everybody says
and
they're
hang
going
out
to do
with
it.
us. Eric's
never
been
do.
scared. Eric's scared. Eric is scared. I'm calling him out right now. He will not come over here and hang out with us. He keeps making up these excuses, being weird.
He is a dad.
Well, I
is he-
understand
but
that.
is he
Is a
okay? So
dad.
we'll give him that. Is he really studying for the LSAT? That's the last one he gave us, but he's about to be an attorney. Then after that, was it
He was
like
busy.
whale med school or something? He's going to be
It
a
was
vet.
something weird.
Yeah.
He keeps giving us these weird. No, actually, he said he wants to come in this fall when the next River City Yacht Club is done.
Really?
Hmm.
Okay.
Is that what it was? What is it called? Is that what his
The
band's
rap
called?
album?
Yeah.
Maybe whenever we're in October proper, you can get him in to talk about that and talk about Fort Worth.
If he's
Cocktail
brave
Week.
enough, I'm calling him out.
Cocktail Week will probably be the best thing to talk to him about because
Yeah.
I don't drink, so maybe talk to him about
We
booze.
could
That
have him
might
come
be
in
the
and
best
talk
way to do
about
that.
Oktoberfest beers.
And I really wanted Mariani to come in here
Mm-hmm.
and to talk about the Philadelphia Eagles and how much they suck ass.
Yeah. Yeah, we hate the Eagles.
I wanted to get into a fight with him.
Hey, okay.
Being an employee of the Dallas Cowboys and all.
Can I
wanted to get into
Can
a
I
fight
do a
with him.
little rant?
Go for it.
My first NFL rant, real quick.
Is this? Yeah,
go ahead if you got it.
I don't have it.
Okay.
I'm doing it with my mouth
All
right
we'll
now.
do the
We isolate that
So I don't know
later.
if you guys heard.
We need to isolate that
I know
later.
you were into the Cowboys heavily, right? Okay, we can do this a little bit.
All right, go for it.
Okay.
Now we can use that on future shows because we won't get in trouble on YouTube.
Can I get royalties?
Yes.
Thank you.
We will pay you
So we're not getting
all the money we get.
Roger Goodell's not going to come after us for anything.
No.
Okay. So I don't know if you guys keep up with the Dallas Cowboys, the Vaqueros of Dallas, right? You guys keep up with them?
I keep up with the Fort Worth Vaqueros, but we can talk about that later.
I want to get into that.
I do too. I do
Yeah.
too, actually.
Yeah.
Anyway, they played their first preseason game on TV last Thursday, I think it was, right?
Mm-hmm.
Good game. Yeah, I liked what I saw. I liked it. With all 4 phases, looked good.
Look good. Yeah.
Yep,
That's
except-
game. That's game.
The only thing that sucked is that same redheaded mother was still on the side.
I showed you the
Anyway.
twin, right, last year?
No,
I didn't. There's another guy that works there
that looks just like
that
him.
looks exactly like him.
I work
and
with
I'm
a
always
guy
like,
that looks like him now.
why is he out here during this?
Yeah.
That's for the snipers, so they don't know which one.
Actually, he's right below that sniper nest I showed you.
I'm telling you.
That could be it. A body double for Garrett?
Yes, it's a body double for Garrett.
Wow.
But this guy works the Miller Lite stage.
Do they
so-
clap differently? Is that how you can tell?
That's
Like,
gotta
watch
be-
how they
Or
clap.
the AT&T
Man,
stage.
honestly,
You
that's
just have
a
to
risky
ask him a
job
question.
these
When he starts
days.
to answer, it's either a robot
I
or
would
it's
hate to
not.
be
If
the
it's
body
robot,
double.
It's the real guy.
Whoa, whoa.
I don't know.
I don't know.
It's the Jason Cantrell show.
I'm sorry.
Right alongside the Jason Garrett show.
Yeah. No, that's a risky job, though.
Being a sniper or
No, being the
Jason
double of
Garrett?
Jason Garrett and Jerry Jones right now, that's risky.
Why?
There's
He's
a
a
lot of
clone.
pissed off people.
Jason Garrett's a clone.
Are you starting to think Jones has left us and they're just wheeling someone out?
I think he's been frozen for a few years.
I'll tell you after this
Weekend
Saturday.
at Bernie's style?
Yeah, yeah.
I'll tell
maybe.
you after this Saturday.
All right. So here's my complaint. Everything was cool. I enjoyed watching the game, not knowing all the players, seeing the second string quarterback fight and all that. Everything looks good, all this, that, and other. The next day, I go to Twitter, which is a mistake. Don't go to Twitter after your football team plays. And I have to see who kneeled. And I'm like, God bless America. We're going to do this again. We're going to fucking do this after even the preseason games. We're going to talk about who kneels, who didn't, what the owner said, and all that. Because if that's the case, Dustin, I'm fucking out. We've been talking about the EPL a lot lately. I'll just follow the EPL. I'm not doing this every week.
Hey, and Austin's getting a missile team.
Yeah, I saw that.
It's kind of awesome.
Yeah.
So here's the.
I don't want to do this.
I don't want to do it either. And the thing is, anybody that brings that argument up, I'm gonna immediately turn to them and go, "Are you allowed to kneel at your office in front of your boss during
I'm
your
not
morning
even going to
meeting
get
or
into
whatever?"
that because I don't want to get into it. I don't give a fuck.
That kills everything, though.
Here's the deal. Here's the deal. Roger Goodell could easily take care of this whole thing if he just went back to pre-9/11 style and said, you know what, fuck it. The team
you don't have
stay
to come
inside.
out here.
You don't have to
stay
come
inside.
out. That's fine. And then take from Mark Cuban, who had one of the most genius ideas ever, and said, if you want to we will give you a platform at some point where you could say something that's on your chest with as far as their community goes. If you want to make a statement like that, and the thing is, I hear both sides of the argument of this thing, right? And I'm emotionally attached to each one. I agree with both sides. It's not something that we should be thinking about on a Sunday though, and I'm not going to do it. I can't even get out of the preseason without hearing about it. I had to hear about the Dolphin players. I had to hear about Dak. Apparently Dak's a sellout now. I have to hear, oh, well, you're not American then. If you're going to take up for, no, I don't want to deal with it.
Didn't they call Dak and Uncle Tom last
I want to
week?
watch football.
I heard that.
I want to watch a football game when I watch football.
We all saw the mural in Dallas, correct?
Yeah.
Okay.
So my point is, if this is the way it's going to be all season long, I'm going to be down there at what's your place called again? Across the pond?
From across the pond.
I'm going to be down there, and I'm going to just watch all the EPL games.
Yep.
No, that's
until
EPL,
Dustin
baby.
asks me
No,
if
we
I
do
want to
that
go
anyway.
free and hang out with the
You
cheerleaders.
should
then
be
I'm gonna
doing that anyways. Like soccer
Yeah.
soccer is
way funner.
By the way, Man City
I
won.
literally
it
do
really
not
is.
watch them.
Man City
I don't watch
won.
football anymore.
Oh.
United won.
I
Man
quit.
City won.
No, and I am only. I mean, yeah, I
Are
went
you
to
guys
soccer
getting a lot
games.
of emails about that shit?
What about
who's kneeling and who's not and all that crap?
Like I said, I have no hand on edit, so that would be something you'd probably need to ask Griffey or Mariani.
Yeah.
Well, they
I
won't
mean,
come in here.
Mariani. Well,
They're
then-
scared.
Then I can give y'all email addresses.
So, Matt, here's my argument for you right now.
Okay.
Is that football games are played on a Sunday, right?
Right.
And a penitent man. A penitent man, a penitent man, a penitent man.
Here he goes.
A penitent man,
Is it like a
penitent man,
Protestant?
A penitent
Be
man.
careful.
So you're working on the
It's a-
Lord's Day
it's a-
because that is your
hold on.
job, being a football player?
But
We're talking
it's
about
a penitent
Protestants
man,
and
it's a penitent
Catholics
man.
here.
A penitent man, he kneels before God.
Okay.
That's my Last Crusade reference of the show.
Yeah, I got it.
Okay.
Which Last Crusade of Indiana Jones, right?
Yes.
Which is a dream state
Of
Han
Han
Solo
Solo
while
when he's
he's in
frozen
carbonite.
in carbonite.
Yes. That's what it's
It
all about.
all comes back around.
Hey, poor. You don't have to be poor anymore. Jesus is here.
No time for love, Dr. Jones.
All right, so
Hello?
this weekend is the first home game. Is on Saturday.
Yeah.
And
This week? Huh?
Yeah, this Saturday is the first home game,
I thought-
preseason game.
Oh, where'd they play that preseason game at? Oh, that was in San Francisco.
San
wasn't it?
Francisco. So, yeah, this weekend is
I'm already
the first
checked out.
preseason game. I don't really like the preseason games.
I don't either, but
And they're-
still. That's why I
They're
thought
not
I'd
that
be.
fun for you to
That's
go
why I
to.
thought I'd be okay.
I don't
and-
like working them.
Sir?
But I'm gonna go, and I'll tell you. I'll give you.
Well, that's my preseason. That's my
Here,
first
right
NFL of the NFL football 2018 NFL season rant.
Okay, I have one.
Hopefully they'll get this thing worked out and we won't have to rant anymore. And hopefully the Cowboys will beat the Philadelphia Eagles.
All
twice
three of
this
our
season.
EPL teams won.
They did.
I have one thing I need to get into, and then we're gonna dive right into Jessi.
Is it sports?
That didn't sound right because that sounds like we're gonna cut you open like a tauntaun and just climb right in. That's very weird.
That was very freaking.
Very,
There
very
are
strange.
no wampas.
Empire
out in the
Strikes
backyard.
Back.
That's very. But
It's not Fort Hoth.
it is.
It's not. No.
I have two announcements.
You have some Star Wars knowledge over here. I'm feeling the force.
Like I said, why haven't we been friends sooner, guys?
The
Come
Force-
on.
What are you doing every Tuesday?
The force is
Every
hang out?
Tuesday is deadline day. If y'all need to, no, but that's the thing. Like, check the pages, and
That's true.
I came here. I mean, if y'all go mobile, hey, I can meet up with you guys.
Like I said, we can always do one from down there.
Yeah.
We
It's
do
way
need
I
a
mean,
easier.
it doesn't
producer,
always
too.
have to be at Fort Worth Weekly. We can always go somewhere else. I know a lot of people.
We
Maybe
need
the
a
chat
producer,
room.
too.
We can.
Everybody's,
room.
everybody's
We
quit
can go to
on
the
us,
chat
though.
room.
Mass.
We can go
We
to
can
Mass.
Yeah.
We
Yeah.
like Mass.
Yeah.
We like
do.
Malone's too.
Yeah. I like
Yeah.
Lola's still.
I was drinking at Malone's when I
Trailer
was
Park.
20.
Yeah. I like going to Fred's, too. I don't mind going to having a couple
I
of...
never said who served me, but I was there.
Velton, you're a
Deep Ellum
bastard.
Blondes.
Nope.
So, this weekend, Friday night, is one of the last metal shows at the Abbey Underground in Denton. And the Spectacle
Which
will
I
be
found
playing.
out is haunted.
It is?
It's what someone told me
The
this week.
restaurant or the Underground?
Last week. The whole
Well,
thing, the whole building is haunted.
In the green room, there is weird shit that
It's
makes
haunted.
weird noises
Yeah,
and
it's
stuff. but
that we bring with us, the party favors we bring. That causes that.
What? Oh. Anyway, so this Friday night is one of the last metal shows because the Abbey Underground is closing.
I heard about this.
And kind of sad because it's kind of a fun place to
It's
play.
kind of it'll open up again.
It'll
might
open
not
up
be
as
called the
something else.
Abbey, but
I
it'll
don't
open up
know
as
if
something
it will be a
Music venue?
rock joint. It may be a dance joint. But yeah, the Spectacle is playing there this Friday night with
Guns N' Roses,
Oberon and Sathariel and
Motley Crue,
Monogamizer.
Guns N' Roses,
Yeah, and Motley Crue,
Guns
and Guns N' Roses. Don't tell
Dizzy,
anybody.
Dizzy Reed's
Slaughter.
Hookers and Blow.
Yeah.
Metallica's gonna play.
Metallica's going to be there closing. And then next weekend is the one show of the year so far for Shaolin Death Squad. They haven't done a show yet this year, I don't believe. And that's going to be the last metal show. And I think the very last night they're open, they're doing like a dance off or whatever. They're going to play.
Yeah, do it. Bring your
musical
lady.
chairs. But this Friday, come out.
Yeah, you can go get some grub over there
and
at
hang out.
J&J's.
And
then you can go hit up or barley and board or board and barley. What's it called?
This is
What's
your
on the corner there?
territory, isn't it?
It is.
This is where you work now.
Yeah, I'm
Your
there
job.
every day.
So yes,
love it,
come
too.
out, have some fun.
I should get my old lady to move up there.
My idea is that we destroy the place,
Burn it down.
maybe set it on fire, so Shell and Death Squad doesn't have to play next week.
Honestly, with that building, there's a good chance that's going to happen.
Period.
Anytime someone walks in there.
It's going to be like a great white tragedy.
I guess people burning in tragic accidents at rock shows is
But
funny
no
to you.
one, you didn't let me finish my sentence.
I'm snickering over here.
You started off the show, giving
You
us that
didn't
clue.
let me finish my
I
sentence.
didn't do that.
You just cut me off. I didn't get to finish my sentence. You pulled my microphone.
Dustin's on a roll right now.
But no one gets burnt. We all make it out because it's an
Barrel
easy way to
roll.
leave. We just run out. It's very, very easy to leave. So no one gets hurt. But
Yeah.
James has talked about bringing in the sparkler curtain.
Yeah.
That's just sparks falling behind us.
Man, you want to hear something crazy that I thought of? You're talking about James and Spectacle and playing Dufort shows and playing House Harkonnen before the show started. So the other day I was looking at some old House Harkonnen pictures because I'm gay for them, both mentally and physically.
Mhm.
And Doty old school pictures to me looks like Adler from Lamb of God when he was not when he was all skinny, when he had his hair and he wasn't all skinny and coffeeed up. If you look at Mark Morton now, he looks just like Dave. At one point, you could have done Dufort Records could have done a Lamb of God set with members of House Harkonnen and members of Spectacle, and it would have looked just like Lamb of God, the guitarist wise. I'm telling you, look at Mark Morton. Some pictures that they had a show the other day that they posted, and he's sitting there like this, like with his foot up, and it looks just like Dave. And then go back and look at like 2000, between 2000, 2002, 2004 of Adler on the other guitar, and it looks just, to me, it looks like old school Doty. I don't know. Do the investigation and tell me what you think.
Hey, you kind of gay for him.
Yeah, bring up those side by sides.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'll bring them up right now.
Well, it'll bog the. You know how bad I am with
internet.
doing that
Make
on the
some
spot.
pic
Be
collages.
like all confused.
Yeah.
All right. So second
Just send it to
announcement.
both Doty and Dave. Just pictures of them.
You see it, right? Because
You
I
see it,
totally
right?
see it.
You see
Look
it?
at
It's
me.
good, man.
You
It's
do.
good, right?
It's good stuff.
You guys want to do some blow? Some
Will
shrooms?
you both be my big brothers?
You guys give me a ride. I'm left.
Trying to get in
I'm at the
big
chat
brother,
room.
big sisters.
I'm at the chat room. Oh no, Jessie's here. I'll roll with her.
All right. Number 2 announcement.
Number 2.
And I don't want to step on Jessie's feet because she has an announcement later
Mhm.
about Halloween.
Mm-hmm.
This year Halloween fell on a weekend.
Of course, every
Me and ghetto
year,
boys went trick or treating
Dufort Records does a crazy Halloween show where a bunch of bands get together
and get smashed.
and dress up like their favorite bands, and they play those bands' songs. Well, this year, I have the announcement and the lineup. There's only going to be one night. There's not going to be 2 nights this year. It's only one night. It's at Andy's in Denton on October 27th,
Let me do a drum roll.
if you want to. So, this is the lineup. There are 6 bands for this night. It's going to be, I don't know if they have a full name yet, but it's a Teenage Fan Club
I'm
tribute.
about to kill one band.
I am about to kill them.
Like
I'm about
all
to silence them
members.
too. Teenage Fan Club tribute band. I
Mm-hmm.
don't know if they have a working name yet.
Tribute band
We're gonna
means so
see.
much more to me now that I know what a tribute is.
Next up is Drag the Ocean doing Deftones.
Mm-hmm.
Next up is Cheap Trick by the Methinks.
Oh, the Methinks.
The Methinks.
Yeah, it's this one. It's the Methinks on this one. It's not the Methinks.
Oh, it is.
It is the
it's not
Methinks.
the Hearst version.
I immediately
Methinks.
text Casino Records. Casino,
Yeah.
right? Is it Casino something? Is it Casino Records?
Uh-huh.
I immediately contacted Don King of Casino Records and said that it's the Methinks.
Next up,
Methinks.
oh, here it is.
Hey,
Here's
y'all got
what-
me doing it.
Next up is the Methinks doing the Methinks.
Oh, they are?
That'd be awesome, though.
Yeah.
That would be great.
The cover band of the cover band. You know that's
The
on
cover band of the cover
That's
band.
Metalocalypse. They did that.
It is.
They didn't know what to do with the drink
Speaking
tickets.
of Metalocalypse,
Look at that. Look at that. I'm gold. I'm pod gold, man. I'm pod gold.
The Spectacle doing Death Clock to video.
Yes.
Oh, nice.
Synced to video.
Nice. Who bought that DVD? Because I own it too.
I don't know. I don't know what's going on. This is all. I
think
play
it's
bass.
on Hulu now. I heard
Probably.
it's on Hulu now.
Is it? Yeah. We also have Krautstein doing Rammstein.
That's racist.
Or Krautstein.
I'm German and I'm offended.
You are?
Can Germans say that, actually? Can a German be offended, honestly? They can't. Like, you can't.
No, you can kick them.
Like, if I
It's like
if
a
I say
white
something,
male these days.
because
You can just kick
you
the
have a
hell out of
German
them.
last name. If I say something that's German racism, you're gonna be like, well, what am I gonna do?
Are you,
Fuck.
what?
And I'm gonna kind of look at you like, what? You gonna what? You want to do this?
I'm going to invade your house. So, last is Shaolin Death Squad doing Halloween songs, which is very mysterious.
Yes.
I don't know about all
Like a
this.
combination of like.
I don't know.
It's gonna be off the
They're
movie.
being, it's going to be
and-
crazy.
I thought it was Halloween.
being
They're gonna do
secretive.
all songs off of Halloween, the horror flick.
It could have been.
That'd
Yeah,
have been
there
cool.
you go. So October 27th, Andy's in Denton. Reserve your table now. Your spot at the bar. And
Was there is there a VIP pass?
there is a VIP pass. Come visit
Package.
me. I'll give you a VIP pass. And now, good God.
That's our band. That's why
they're going nuts.
one of the bands might not show up. Oh my gosh.
Seriously, what are they doing?
They're doing what they do best. Bicker.
How do I... This is why I leave the group. This is why I leave the group all the time, and you guys get pissed. Because
No.
of this shit.
No,
right
there's a
here.
soccer group that I'm about to leave. I'm
No,
this
there
close to leaving.
We'll just add you back in.
Speaking of
It'll be
soccer,
the second time that I leave.
we
it.
now turn over to Miss Jessie Foster
for soccer reports.
for soccer reports because
I mean, I don't follow anything currently, but the Fort Worth Vaqueros. If you're not familiar with Fort Worth Vaqueros,
that we were just talking about on what last week or the week before. We
wanna
want to go out there and do a show
Hell yeah.
during
Okay.
a game.
We should team up with you and do it.
absolutely. I am secretary of the Panther City Hellfire. And the Panther City Hellfire is the supporters group. So we are the ones that bang the drums, that we heckle, that
There's
we do
already
the
hooligans.
chants. We are not hooligans.
No, you're hooligans.
Those are
Come
hooligans.
on,
We are
claim
not.
it.
We are
Yes,
not. We are
claim
not.
it.
We
How
are
do I
not
join?
technically who.
you
Well,
have to-
anybody can join.
You
Like
have to
this
jump me
year,
in?
we'll jump anybody in.
Is it okay? In
But-
y'all section, is there electricity? Can I bring my bass guitar and my bass amp and just bum, 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 bum,
Well,
bum?
yeah, that would be. I mean, we'd probably have to hook up a generator or like somehow do it.
We'll
But
take
just
care of
this,
it.
just
I
this
got
past year, it was the 5th season for the Fort Worth Vaqueros. And
Wait. Really?
5th season.
Why are they just now
You
being...
know that used to be called Kell City, right?
No. But why are they just now getting... Like last season, they were just getting recognition that they were new to Fort Worth and come see them and all that crap. What happened? How did that happen?
It's all in marketing. It's all in marketing, and a lot of it is grassroots. It all is word of mouth. But that's
Is
why
there gear? Can I buy some gear?
you can totally buy some swag.
Yeah.
Yeah. This year, actually, every year they do a lottery. Like you buy in for the sponsorship, and you're basically however much you put in for the sponsorship. Like you could put in Jerry Jonestown Massacre and go ahead and put that on the in for the lotto. Like if you are a sponsor,
Oh,
that way
it's
you
not
can get.
guaranteed though. That
Well,
we're gonna
it's
be
it's
the
a lotto,
sponsorship?
but you'll at least if you put in X amount of dollars, you can get like a field board. So like they'll set up this field board, and it'll have your logo and everything out on the field.
Do you know what's
So-
about to happen? Is that's about
Are you
to
married?
happen?
I am taken.
Damn it.
And he's the one that
She
actually
just blew my mind. What the hell?
he's actually the one that got me involved with the
When-
Fort Worth Vaqueros because he is the president of
Okay, has the season started?
the season
we go?
actually just finished.
It just finished.
It just
Damn.
finished.
Damn it.
It just finished. It went from May, and then the finals and everything went into July.
Isn't he our soccer correspondent?
Yeah, he's not doing a good job of that.
Dude, you're a soccer correspondent.
I am nothing.
You did. I think the last soccer game on the way home, you said, "I'm dying tomorrow."
I'm dying tomorrow. So, okay. When does the season kick off?
The season technically kicks off in May. Like they'll have like the jersey pickup and everything. But like, whenever it comes time to like getting in talks with like sponsorship and stuff, I can help you out.
Are these?
Yes.
Wait.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm not. Is this the team on your Facebook backdrop here?
Yeah, that is
not,
actually that picture. If you want to look at that picture, the yellow is the Panther City Hellfire, and the blue is the
team?
That is actually the Fort Worth Vaqueros front office. So you will see Tobias, you will see John Carney, you will see Ryan Higgs. But on the yellow side, that is our feel free to creep, it's fine.
I've already creeped at this. I was just
when Corella was in here, I was looking at pictures.
Yeah,
of
no,
them
that was
the whole
that was
time.
actually after the game. And if you look at me in that picture,
Oh, is this them? The Hellfire?
yeah, that's us.
Oh, that looks awesome.
Yeah, we get Enola Gay smoke
Y'all-
bombs and like we
Y'all
chant.
pregame? Y'all pregame at Magnolia Motor Lounge?
We pregame at Magnolia Motor Lounge and then we walk over. So like we'll be walking over by like
wait.
by Coyote Ugly, banging drums, and then we'll stand at
This is
that light
awesome.
and then march in from the parking lot and walk in. So like we'll have drums and you'll
Yeah.
hear us coming up. Yeah.
What if I bring a full-on Panther?
I don't know about that.
Oh, damn it.
It is a kid friendly zone. We
It
don't
is
want anybody
it
to
is-
get mauled.
It is native to Fort Worth.
It is.
So, yeah, we're game on all this.
Yeah.
Because
I like the
I
way
would,
all
and,
this
and plus
sounds.
it's just fun to be a part of the games. Like just looking at those pictures.
Can we go
and stuff,
practice
like,
with them?
Well, here's
be
what's real
horrible.
fun, and it actually
be
just
horrible.
started this past weekend. But they
That's what
are
I heard.
doing 7v7 teams.
Really?
Yeah, because the Vaqueros, they have a youth academy at the old Sycamore Park. They turned those tennis courts into there's turf out there, and so they actually have a youth academy and like getting kids involved in the game early, like with actual like
Real soccer balls.
Yeah, true real soccer balls, and for their size too, so they're a little bit smaller. And it's not just like
Sorry.
driving. It's not like just driving by like any like regular like soccer
Oh, yeah.
field or like in Benbrook or anything, and like being like, oh yeah, Pee Wee. Like they actually work for them, so that way they can bring.
wait, was that an assault on Benbrook?
No.
Okay, I was just making sure.
No.
Did you say size 2?
We have friends down there.
No, at least they're not size 7s though. Like
Oh.
we play with size 7s with the 77. So
Wow.
yeah, so. Either way, but yeah, soccer's really fun, and I just recently kind of came into it just by dating my boyfriend Nick. So
Your
it's
boyfriend Nick.
my boyfriend Nick.
Does your
Nick
boyfriend-
Rainoni.
Is he one of the
Nick
soccer
Rainoni.
players?
No, he is one of the lead rabble rousers.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
Do y'all shoot fireworks and stuff? Like blow things up?
No, not in city limits.
All right, so if you're just getting, does he have an EPL team?
I'm sorry. Yes, he does. He is Newcastle to a T.
Wow.
Wow, that's
Yeah.
That is
very
awesome.
He is
That's,
Newcastle.
no,
That is
that's
very
that's
interesting.
legit.
That is legit.
Yeah.
He's not just
No.
one of these Manchester United guys that just clam on.
Exactly.
Nope.
Or
he is
Man
New-
City,
he is,
the newest, latest,
he
greatest
is,
Man
he
City.
is Newcastle. Like when he wears his jersey, people are like, "Oh, you work at Foot Locker? You a referee?" No.
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 Look up here, right here.
You see right here? That crest.
Yeah.
They're
Yeah.
seahorses, but yeah.
Yeah.
Huh.
Like, what the fuck?
Where does he go to watch the
It's
games?
Newcastle.
Does he have a? Do they have a
up
home?
until just recently, well, he was going out to Addison and being a part
Whoa.
of Toon Army Dallas. Like
Yeah.
they would meet up and go watch the games there. But he has gone and watched some games at Upper 90, and I know that he's gone over to World of Beers because they were opening up to do some games
Yeah.
this past year.
Does he make you drink Newcastle when the Newcastle game's on?
No, but he does. I don't, and again, I don't drink anymore.
Oh, that's right.
Oh, yeah,
I'm
that's right.
sorry.
It's
Here,
fine.
I'll take that bottle.
Way to
Why
go,
did I
man.
put
It's
the bottle
fine.
right in front of her?
Hi, how long have I been in service industry though?
Yeah, true.
Ask me about craft beer.
So if I put a little thing of crack right in front of you, would you start sweating too?
No, crack swag.
That's a weird
Amen.
jump.
Amen.
That's a big jump.
That was a good one.
Whitney taught me something.
That was awesome.
It's cheap and it's whack.
I like crack.
So, do you have an EPL team, or are you just lumped in with?
I'm just kind of
his?
lumped in. I'm
Mm.
just kind of lumped in.
Yeah.
I don't really have the attention span to really sit and watch a sporting event on television.
What about Americano football? Football Americano. Not
No.
into it at all?
No, I was in marching
Missile?
band in high school.
Oh, you
What
were?
high school did you go to? Uh-oh.
Hazel.
Azel?
Hazel.
You want to go ahead? Shall you start or shall I?
No. What? My theory? Have you heard my theory?
We didn't get into it when I talked to you last.
So you and I would probably be in agreement on this.
You've done a lot of meth,
hopefully you
probably.
are.
I'm just kidding.
Whoa. Jeez. That was not my theory. My theory is...
About that fast.
Jeez. Is that...
No. And
190
again, my mom won't be listening.
How many
but
members
no.
of your family are in the Aryan Nation?
That's
that
not
are
my
still
theory either.
that are still living?
I'm sorry, dude. I keep trampling over. Okay, go ahead.
So
Let's
my
hear your
theory is-
Azel theory.
No,
Dustin.
it's not really Azel. It's
Is
the,
it North Tarrant County?
It's the problem with 199 from Surfside to Springtown.
This is good. This is good.
I hate
When
it.
you say okay, so like where Crystals,
Yes.
Surfside.
Surfside. When
So
you cross the
Spring-
bridge,
Okay, and then Springtown. Are we talking Springtown proper, or are you getting to
just
our-
the south side of Springtown.
the south side of Springtown, like to where Pinnacle Bank is now, or all the way into where Brookshire's, like where
Let's
you're
go to Brookshire.
It's
Let's
gonna-
make it
hey,
clean.
like,
you know
are
what?
we saying a direct? I'm
There's gonna be
sorry,
some-
I got Maps
No,
goes
there's
like
gonna
for
be-
Christmas, so
there's
we
gonna
could
be some-
really get real distinct on.
Okay,
on
everything that you
streets.
just said is gonna get. There's gonna be some friendly fire here.
Okay.
So,
So-
okay.
That's fine.
You still use Mapscos?
No,
Oh,
no, but
I
I
was
got
gonna
them.
applaud you.
I've got those squares memorized.
So yeah, let's go to the Brookshires. We'll
Okay.
name that the end.
Okay.
199 annoys the shit out of me, and
Especially now.
right now, it's aggravating as fuck. So my idea is out of Carswell, we get one of the old B-52s.
Mm-hmm.
We take off. We kind of bank over Lake Worth. As soon as we cross, we're 199 Bridge. You know, there's the nice park area. But as soon as you see that Crystals, you just open the doors and you just start carpet bombing 199.
Well,
From there to Springtown.
Vance Godbees is gone, so that's the only thing that was worth the shit on that sprint stretch anyway.
Well, you
What do
got
you do?
you got a
So
bunch
you-
of pick and pulls. You got
Yeah.
a bunch of weird stuff all through there.
All
Weird-
the crack house
Crack-
trailer parks down the
Well,
side.
it's because they got rid of all the 8-liners.
I was thinking
There you go.
about opening
They
up
got rid of
Stubbs
all the
Growler Bar
8-liners.
over there.
You got a weird burlesque place that's might be nude, might not be nude. We don't know. It just
Lakeside,
depends on the night.
18 and up, full nude.
Okay.
Wow.
So
I'm not going to drop the name because
Hey,
they're one of my
what's
my
the-
clients.
What's the address?
You got the
What's the address there?
You got the Blue Angel. You know, you just kind of
The old hobnob is what that used to be called.
It was
Where's the blue
Hobnob.
waffle at?
Then is
I
it
don't
the
think that's-
Oak?
yeah,
Oak
that's
what
that's
is
on
it,
the
Oak
other side of
Tree or Oak
Springtown.
Hill? The rest right there off the other side of the road from Christina's.
And how is Confederate Parkway not offensive in this day and age?
Yeah, yeah.
So anyway, we just carpet bomb
You just
all
made
that.
you just made that road change name just then.
So we just carpet bomb all that
Petition.
up to
Petition to change
Springtown,
it.
and we stop. And then we build a nice, clean highway through there that everybody can use and have good access with no traffic.
They're
and it's just smooth as hell.
they're currently working on it.
They've been working on it
I
since I
know.
was 10 years old.
I know.
I used to buy my Dones right there. We
I-
are talking.
I really wish I could get my hands on one of the stickers that says like I drive 199 every day. Like I drive Jacksboro Highway. Like I get it.
There were two stickers growing up that I used to laugh at. One of them was, I drive Jacksboro Highway, pray for me.
Mhm.
And the other one was, I drive South Cooper, pray for me.
Mm-hmm.
And those cracked me up forever
Mhm.
because they were shitholes to drive through.
Mhm.
But
When-
199
that's the
has
one that's the
been
most dangerous
highway
Yeah,
It
right.
is.
in
It
the
is. And
state for years.
Is it still?
It well, and the progress that they're making right now, and they're making it so fast because I go out and I see my family. Obviously, like I was on the phone with you for 30 minutes
On the
just driving out
compound?
there. No, not out in the compound. And it's funny, like we can talk about Copeland again because the compound is directly on the other side of the
Can
lake.
we do, we've already gotten in trouble with them once. And they sent us emails.
Well, I have been drawn down upon at Kenneth Copeland, so
Yeah.
I'm all good.
They're not fans of us.
It's not because they weren't fans of us at the time when I had two guards pull MP5s on me.
Absolutely, that's what
I
they're
thought that
carrying
was
over
the.
there.
I was,
It's compound.
I thought they were the ones that jumped us when we first started, and we
Oh,
did
yeah, no,
something.
no.
We did a thing about religions and
No, they
money.
did. They did.
Didn't you get an assault rifle pulled on you by one of the Bass Brothers bodyguards, or by one of the Bass Brothers?
No, that wasn't me. It was the only.
That's probably Seth.
I've been drawn down on twice. Once out at the base, out there on Captain's Row, working out there. MPs came up on me because one of the wives called in and said there was a suspicious man walking around. I was locating, and 2 MPs pulled in.
They will straight up draw down on you.
Okay, sir, what does locating mean for the non-worker?
It's marking where telephone cables and gas cables and stuff,
like a dog,
are in the ground.
No,
and
you
you
know
walk
the part
around
that crazy
and you
paint?
just piss a line so people can see it. No, you spray the
throwing flags.
All those
and
colored
using-
spray paints you see on the ground. That's locating.
So I was doing that. That was like 95, 96. And then the next was probably 2004 or 5. I was out there on the outside of Kenneth Copeland. There's a cross box out there. I was Davar testing it. This is way too much information that will confuse a bunch of people, but you understand.
I was on his crew, so we worked together then.
I was testing that cross box, and in a giant AT&T box truck.
I like websites.
And they come and they knock on my door.
You have no idea.
I open my back door to 2 MP5s pointing at me, and I go, "Can I help you?" And they go, "What are you doing?" I said, "I don't know. What the fuck does it look like I'm doing? I'm in an AT&T vehicle.
My job.
I'm doing my job." I
Asshats.
said, "Why do you have guns out pointed at me?"
Did you call the cops when this happened? Like immediately, you know what? Fuck this. I'm calling the cops.
Well,
and the FBI.
I got real mouthy with them because I knew immediately
We're
who
like-
they were because I'm
we're
right
like-
there
we're
outside
like
of the gate.
freaking Branch Davidians.
Yeah,
Branch Davidians.
you're right before you make the right turn and go to the other side of the bridge.
No. I'm at the box that's at the end of the driveway.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Yeah, at the end of their main entrance, I'm sitting right there, and they came out, and I was like, "You pulled a gun on me.
Yeah.
You better do something with that or put them the fuck up."
Yeah.
And they were like, "We don't know what's going on here." And I said, "I'm in a goddamn AT&T truck. What else do you want me to do? Jesus Christ!" I kept trying.
They got mad when you did that, right?
I was doing that on purpose.
Yeah. Just
kept
dropping
God,
He wants to see how many one pull of the trigger can get holes in
wanted to
it.
see some
My
Lord's name in vain because
Lord.
they work for
KCM.
Yeah, and I was like, okay, is there a problem? And like, no, we just need to know what's going on. I said, it's none of your fucking business what's going on.
Did you?
Because I am an employee of the FCC,
come
and
with
you are a glorified mall cop.
Did you come with a?
No,
You called him a mall cop?
Yeah.
They're not even.
That is so
Wait,
awesome.
that's not even that. They're not even a glorified
That makes
mall
me
cop.
happy.
Well,
Honestly,
that's what I said to him. I said, put your shit away, run on along back in there, and go pray to God or some shit, because I'm out here doing my job, not taking old people's money.
Oh, that's
they-
awesome.
yeah.
I was so pissed. When you open the door, like, okay, our box trucks are pretty much, you can't really see out of them. And when you hear a knock on the door, you expect it to be a coworker, your boss,
or the cops or
or
something,
someone. Usually it's someone like, "I'm lost. Can you help
Yeah,
me?
a
Where
hooker.
directions?"
Occasionally a cop. Occasionally.
a hooker.
They'll just come up and check
Occasionally,
on you.
track marks.
Yeah, a
asking if you
cop.
got any blow.
If you're in a bad part of town, a cop will come and go. Just want to make sure everything's okay. I'm not in a bad part of town. I'm in the middle of nowhere.
Yeah.
At the end of the driveway of Kenneth Copeland land.
Yeah.
And when I open the door, there's 2 fucking guns pointing at me. I lost my shit. I was pissed. Fucking shoot me or put them the fuck away.
Did anything?
I've watched him lose his
Did
shit
anything
before.
disciplinary
It's
happen
kind
to
of
them, or
gratifying.
like, was there anything? Did you
No,
call
they
your
got-
manager and be like, "Hey,
sternly
I'm-
worded letter to both
They got in the
Kenneth and
car
Gloria.
and drove off. I called my boss at the time, and my boss at the time was just kind of like,
Were they in suits?
Yeah.
Or, God bless.
They're in
man.
black
That guy needs
suits
to have men in black around
with-
his compound.
"Oh yeah," and they drive around. And anytime you're near any
Yeah.
of that fence for a long period of time, they will come up and drive the fence with you.
Huh. I heard that if you're at Roswell, there's some places
get a
towards
job there?
Roswell that you can go to, and if you get
Probably.
too close, you'll get the red dot on you, and they'll be like, "That's their way of saying you're too close." But then I was like, how many fuckers out there like me and Dustin camping drunk are like,
Look at me, I got a laser pointer. Look.
Say something, Gene Simmons. Say something, Gene Simmons.
All the people that I knew that used laser dots,
Dustin,
they
touch,
used
touch it.
IR dots
Dustin, touch
because
my
they
dick.
didn't want you to know the dot was on you.
Touch my penis,
So
Dustin.
that's another thing. Okay, we bomb 199.
Yes.
And B-52s have a pretty heavy payload. They
You
bank
think?
back around
Biggest in the world?
to the west, and they make a complete circle, 360, and they come back across Eagle Mountain Lake. And as they come to the north end of Eagle Mountain Lake, doors are still open. They just fucking bomb the shit out of the Kenneth Copeland compound, blow it all the fuck up, and we're all happy.
I saw that coming.
Stop the bombs before you get to Newark, because Newark's a pretty nice town.
Dustin
It's a pretty cool town.
Schneider
I like it.
at gmail.com.
Please, send them to me. Send
I
it to
mean,
me.
you got to make sure that Aurora's fine, just in case that alien is buried out there.
Can we talk? No, we shouldn't.
I have looked for that. I've gone out there and I've looked for that, and supposedly
the well,
it's not there anymore. They dug it up and moved it.
Wasn't the well right there too? And wasn't that part of it?
There's a well. Yeah.
Yeah.
That was like the location.
That's where they threw all the ship parts.
Yeah,
down
yeah,
there.
yeah. That's
Down
what it
that
was.
well.
That's what it was.
They did what?
I knew there was a well in there.
An alien crashed in Aurora years and years
Hit a
and
wind-
years ago.
hit a windmill.
Hit a windmill.
News to me.
Crashed.
Is on Back to the Future?
They
That was a DeLorean.
felt bad for the alien. They buried the alien in the graveyard out there. And they
Mhm.
took all the UFO parts and threw them down this well.
And then that well got
Because
a
they
bunch
were
of people
afraid
sick.
of, yeah,
Oh, okay.
radioactivity, but it got a bunch of people
And
sick
that's
anyway.
why Azel is like the way they are.
No, that's why Boyd is the way that it is.
Boyd.
I think it's all of Wise County.
Yeah.
But no. But anyway, so the alien caused so much controversy and people kept wanting to come there and see the
Yeah.
grave. They dug it up and moved it to another unmarked grave
Yeah.
in the same graveyard.
I know Wise County is rough on the marijuana law, or they were in
No,
the
this was-
90s. They were rough on the marijuana laws.
Dude, this
But
was
what,
from like the
loose on meth
This was
laws?
like the 40s or something, wasn't there? Or
Exactly.
30s? Wasn't
Yeah,
this a long
was-
time ago?
This was in the 30s.
Oh, when
40s,
this
something like that.
this happened?
Yeah.
When the
Mhm.
UFO thing?
Yeah, yeah.
So there was a bunch of octopus flying around in UFO, in flying saucers, crashed, or got shot down, right?
No,
Was
it
shot
ran
down?
into a windmill.
Ran into a windmill, and then they threw it
Because
down a well.
just so y'all know, and that's because an alien came from another planet with enough technology to get to our planet,
Yeah.
and then had the wherewithal to run into a freaking windmill.
And we don't
just
think
so you know,
In
There's-
Aurora, Texas.
in Aurora, Texas, about 30 feet off
Anyway.
the ground if we were lucky.
If you go, if you go to the graveyard, because I've been to the graveyard a couple of times, there's a big landmark, or what do they call
Historical
them?
marker.
Historical marker,
Mhm.
and it says on the bottom that it was all a hoax, and it was
Yeah.
called a hoax. It's all been proven a hoax. But yeah, there's still the story, and people go out there and look.
That's
There's
amazing.
there in the graveyard. There's a bunch of trees, but there's this one tree where the one of the limbs goes out, and then it kind of jogs down and comes
Yeah.
back up.
Yeah.
And where it jogs down, that's where they buried the alien,
Oh.
supposedly in an
Wow.
unmarked grave. And
Wow.
you can go out there and look at it and stuff. It's the graveyard itself is eerie because the location is weird.
You know, Sam had a Cheeto once that looked like Jesus
I saw that one.
at Texas Billiards.
And it was made it the news.
Yeah, it did.
It made it the news.
It made it the news. So that's
All right.
cool, man.
So anyway,
We should do. You know what? It's funny. Okay, you're still doing your
no,
takeout of a whole city.
No, I'm done with.
No,
I
like
just wanna know
Jacksboro
if-
Highway probably should
So,
be carpet bombed,
I think-
but they are making progress.
Okay,
They are
something
making
cool that
progress.
we did that got
Save
that's in the
taxpayer-
lost
save taxpayer dollars.
the lost JJTM files was when we came back when we were road tripping back up from Austin. We did two cool shows. One of them we talked a lot about the lights, the moon towers,
Yes,
which
the
we had to
moon
redo.
towers are-
And then the second thing that we geeked out on, of course, was the Van Halen show that is nowhere to be found.
which will make a reappearance.
I think I've gotten a lot of good response from people that are like, man, we like it when y'all go party and decide y'all too amped up and to stay and want to drive around Texas. I think we should do some Texas shows. One of them, I brought this to you a couple of weeks ago. I think you and I should go do a show down and we can drag Jason along.
Let's take Jessi
We
with
can take
us.
Jesse too. We should go to NASA.
Let's go to NASA.
Oh, I'm going to Kennedy Space Center next week, guys.
Yeah.
Out in Florida.
Yeah.
That
We want to do.
Yeah.
I did that at the beginning of summer.
Yeah.
I might be able to get a special access at NASA.
So check this out.
Nice.
But
Mission
let's-
controls
I'm
run by my
talking
cousin.
Go
about
down to Johnson.
what was it? The Fox
Mission
or not
control for one of
Fox?
the
It was
shuttles ran by
Four
my cousin.
Country or Texas, whatever. Remember that old show where that dude drove
Texas
around?
Country Reporter.
Yeah, we should do that some because people like to hear us get fucked up and go to these places. What? Can I not say that?
Let's talk after the show. I have 2 ideas. So let's talk after the show.
Why are you giving me a gag order?
Because
Tejas Urban.
The more we talk about this, Jeffrey Lord will go and steal this, and he'll start doing it, and he'll be like our fishing podcast we wanted to do, and look what he's doing now.
He's a national fishing celebrity.
We said that within our first 3 months of doing our show. We just never acted on it. He did.
So we can go to that creepy place in Mineral Wells.
We will.
We could go see.
We'll go see
the Marfa Lights.
The Marfa Lights. I have 2.
Can we go to Goatman Bridge?
So I have 3 good ideas I've been wanting to pass by you. We'll do it after show.
Yeah.
Well, let's just go hang out in the Fort Worth nature refuge and go find alligators and try to call the goat man. Let's go do that.
I don't trust alligators.
I don't either.
I don't trust alligators either.
I trust the goat man though, especially if he wants to get on the show. I'm in. We can take remote for that.
I had a death metal band I wanted to call Goat Man's Bridge.
There's so much stuff in our.
Put me on, Mr. Goat Man.
Okay, Jesse. Back to. Let's get back to
I
reality
still don't understand. Why don't you trust alligators?
Why don't you trust alligators?
They're shifty. Look at them. They're looking around. They're just their nose
Have you
above the
seen-
water and their eyes. They're just looking around.
Have y'all seen that video?
I approve of shiftiness though. You got to be resourceful.
What I really don't trust is crocodiles because I watch those fuckers
They bite
work
each other's arms off.
in Africa and they're bastards.
Yeah. All that nighttime video
Hippos
and stuff
are bastards,
of alligators and crocodiles they're shifty. They just put their nose right up above water. They're like, I'm watching you.
You heard about the hippo this week, right? Killed that dude in Kenya?
No.
We had
Like right where I was. A
Dude,
hippo came out.
If
No,
a
you
hippo
don't mess
thinks
with
you're
them.
in its territory, you need
You're
to go.
gone. You're gone.
You need to go now. You need to go right now. There's no waiting.
I was a badass at Hungry Hippo.
That doesn't count. I don't think that matters.
I was a
all the
bad
marbles.
motherfucker, dude.
But
Hungry
when I was in Kenya and we were driving down one of these back roads through the area, a hippo jumped out from the brush, and that's the only time that our guide went, I really don't know what to do here. He
go or stay?
We heard this racket in the brush, and he thought it was just a cat, like a lion or something coming through, and he's just kind of slowly cruising. But this hippo come busting through, out of the water, quite a ways from the river, trying to eat our marbles. We grabbed our marbles, we ran.
Hungry.
But we were sitting in the truck, and he's like, I really don't know what to do. And we just kind of slowly drove up and around it. Like he went off in the grass and around it and stuff.
So he
He's
came
like-
out in front of you?
No, yeah, and it was huge. And he
Jesus.
goes, if that thing wanted to charge the car, it would have flipped it over. And we're in one of the giant Toyota Land Rover things.
Yeah. Animals are...
I don't trust them.
I don't trust any animals, honestly.
I
I
don't.
don't even trust my dog.
I don't know, the one on the billboards, like for the African savannah, the whole campaign that the zoo did, because they redid that part of the zoo, but
Yeah.
that hippo looks so happy. They look so much happier than
Kinda
what they
do.
were in.
Because they're eating cannabis.
And you know the babies were having fun. Like we went to a hippo pool where you
Mhm.
kind of
Yeah.
stand up on a cliff and look down. And the babies are all having fun and playing with each other and stuff. I'm like, I want to jump down there and
instant death.
instant death. But it was the
No.
same thing with the lions. I want to get out and pet one. No, instant death.
No.
Just done.
Yeah, that's what a couple of
And
weeks
a hippo
ago.
will tear a freaking lion in half.
Mm-hmm.
The hippo wins the lion fight?
Wins every fight.
Yes, a
Really?
hippo will win a lion fight.
Like one-on-one.
They don't fight.
The lion's like, oh man, I'm out on this one.
They don't even jack
They
with
leave
each
it.
other.
They leave it to the elephants. Who wins over the elephant and the hippo?
Hippo.
The hippo beats the
Hippo.
elephant.
I was told the hippo is the king of Africa.
Well, I thought lions were the king. Hence, Lion King.
They are, but hippos.
So
a
confused now.
lion can't take down a hippo.
A crocodile can't take a hippo.
You know how many things are
I'm
my
serious.
whole life
I've
is
watched.
flashing before me right now.
The
Lions aren't the king?
jaguar, like getting the caiman, like pulling
That's
that one out of the
awesome.
water.
Yeah,
That's awesome.
That's
that
insane.
one kind of came out of nowhere. It's like, okay.
But a hippo's
Big
not in the
cat.
big five either.
I don't know. We're gonna have Jake on, and we'll revisit this pretty soon. I think he's coming in a couple of weeks, and he likes geeking out on this stuff.
We'll talk to him about it.
Yeah, and I bet you he'll have another thing or two to say about the hippo just taking out a whole pride of lions.
So, Jesse,
Yes, sir.
the Fort Worth Weekly
Yes.
is the dominant newspaper in this market right now because the Star Telegram is on its way out. We know that.
Why
The
did
Dallas
you-
Observer is now a pamphlet.
Why did y'all take out the nude centerfolds?
And
I don't.
what happened to the page 3 girls?
Page 3.
Oh wait, that's
Yeah.
the Sun from London.
We're in the wrong.
Sorry.
Sorry.
Page 3 is always table of contents. No. It was Dallas Observer that kind of had all the hot water and everything for the back.
Yeah, y'all never got into the
Page.
back page thing.
It is now renamed the back cover, but it never. I don't know. Did you actually like find out what was, or do you know what all that was about? Like
No.
how
Yeah.
they
I don't. You can explain it.
basically you couldn't say certain things when you're putting these ads in. Like you can't say 16-year-old. So like you.
Why would
but
anyone
you
say that?
Well, because then
It's
you
underage.
throw in. You can't say underage.
No,
so
why
you
would
say,
anyone say?
But no, like
16-year-old.
But if someone was trying to place an ad and say that, you would maybe suggest, oh, maybe we're going to put it as Lolita. And so they they created the way to change all of those things to make it legal to be able to do that.
You couldn't offer money anymore, so you offered roses, I think, there for a while. Because what was weird was when the back page broke off from Dallas Observer.
And went national.
Like the Dallas Observer basically turned into this room was the paper, and 3 floors of the building were the back page. And it was always fun on Friday watching people come in and pay for their ads. The women come in and pay for their ads.
Mm-hmm.
It was like watching Ringling Brothers, when they do the parade, walking through the
So
streets
when-
of Fort Worth, leading the
Yeah.
animals off the train to the.
I've heard Adam
To the
Curry
convention center?
make
Yep, that was
note of the
basically what
back
it was
page,
like.
and he's talking about something that originated at the Observer.
Yeah, it didn't originate here.
The same one that people joke about.
Yep. Yeah,
Wow.
it originated in Dallas.
Man, look at that.
Yeah, Dallas.
Thank you,
makes some
Dallas.
Crazy things.
Yep.
Home of the Cowboys and back page.
But the Fort Worth Weekly does not do anything like that.
No, they do not. And the
No.
Fort Worth Weekly.
Didn't they
is
make? Aren't we the home of? There's some other things that Dallas made. Like I heard the other day on the ticket that
We helped
made
presidents-
the margaritas were the first margaritas were made here in
Mhm.
Dallas.
We help presidents get it through their head that they're not liked here.
We developed an exit strategy for presidents.
Yeah,
we did.
I like your version better. We developed
through
an
their
exit
heads.
strategy.
Yeah, so that's crazy, man. So Backpage, y'all didn't get caught up in all that though. Fort Worth Weekly did not
Did
get
not.
caught up in
Did
the
not. Fort
Backpage
Worth Weekly has
crap.
a little bit more class than that.
And I think what is weekly page average on a Fort Worth Weekly? What is it now? How many pages are on a Fort Worth Weekly?
36 to 40.
All right. The last Dallas Observer I picked up was 32.
Yep.
Did y'all used to? Well, we've asked this, but that dude that we saw at the Observer, or not the Observer Awards, the Fort Worth Weekly Awards a few years ago at the shipping and receiving. We asked him, "Hey, is there beef between y'all? Ever beef out with the Dallas Observer?" And he was like, "Oh, there's not much more of a beef anymore." I mean,
There isn't.
was
No.
there ever?
I don't know if
There
ever
was it was friendly rivalry. Like when I shot over there and did stuff, it was
Yeah.
friendly rivalry. It was friendly rivalry.
Huh.
But it's
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 not like
not what it-
anybody's going and
yeah,
like
it's not.
snaking anything from us.
I
no,
wanna
and it's
start
two
some
different
stuff
cities,
here.
and let's be real. Fort Worth's music scene is doing way better than Dallas is right now. We know that for a fact.
True.
There's some good
And
stuff in Dallas.
There is
there
good.
are.
No, there is good stuff in Dallas. There,
You're just talking
that's
about
no
the
argument.
scene,
The scene in
period.
general, the
Yeah.
way everybody's working together,
Yeah.
the vibe, the way that all the different genres kind of cross and help each other out.
It's a lot more Austin feeling in in
There's
Fort
more
Worth
of
than
a
Dallas.
community feel over here versus over there. It's always felt like competition.
Right.
It's always
Yeah.
felt like competition.
But you've also been in nothing but metal bands lately too, so it feels more like metal bands are always about who metaled harder. You know what I mean? There's always that.
Come on now, look at the metal band I'm in now, and who they're all friends with, and who they all get along with.
It's all Fort Worth people.
Fort Worth or Denton.
Yeah, true.
I mean, there's a few Dallas. We're playing with an Oklahoma City band.
I just hate to patronize a whole freaking and be
No.
nasty towards a
But
music
it's,
scene that I
it's
love.
not being nasty. There is good stuff in Dallas,
Mhm.
and there are good bands in Dallas, and there's good places to play in Dallas. But Fort Worth is thriving right now.
They are
Fort
thriving,
Worth is
yeah.
they're hitting it a lot harder than Dallas is right now. And if you
Yeah.
want to anybody can sit there and fight that. But most of the fights are going to be that I've seen online are, well, our metal scene is so much better.
Yeah.
Not your metal scene.
Yeah.
Your music scene as a whole.
Well, our
Fort Worth is way
SoundCloud
better.
rappers are better than yours.
Let's see. The biggest rapper in America came from Grapevine on Tarrant County's side.
You're going to claim Posty, huh?
He's from Grapevine.
Yeah.
He is.
No, I know.
Grapevine represent.
On our
I know.
side. So keep going with your SoundCloud rappers.
I don't think Posty's. I don't consider Posty a SoundCloud rapper. Honestly, I don't know why people.
No.
I think it's because he has tattoos on his face. But other than that, I think we should need to. You know
we
what makes
have
me
what's
mad?
his name? You showed me earlier. What's his name?
Yeah. No, I'm not going there.
What's his name?
But hey,
say it,
dude.
She'll
do you
love
not
it.
Feel,
What's
do
his
you not
name?
feel like we missed the boat on Post Malone? I'm not going to say his name. I don't know why we.
Say his name, Matt.
Do you not feel like we
Matt.
have missed
Charles Clark? We got Charles Clark.
Oh no. Is that a whole nother can of worms, Matt?
No, it's not. It'll be. No, we're good. But anyway, do you feel like that we may have missed the boat on Post Malone? Like when he was like, you were always at the Cowboys Stadium. We had a podcast show. We were in the local music and stuff, and then next thing we know, we just woofed completely until it was too.
No, he blew up.
When
way fast.
when I tried to get him on the show back in the day, he'd already sold out. He had already sold out
The second wave just hit me.
of your edibles, or the second wave of what you're giggling about.
Of what I said.
He had already sold out the Bomb Factory twice.
Yeah.
And I'm like, fuck. He would have totally fit in, and sounds like a dude that would have had fun on our show. And
Now he hangs out with Seth Rogen.
now we could have gone to strip clubs and stuff with him. But now we got.
Glad your goals are high.
You mean you don't want to hang out and go to strip clubs with him?
Let's talk about Mastodon. You guys like Mastodon?
Or some scissor.
You guys like the band Mastodon?
So
Get him to come DJ a party.
you have some grievances, I hear.
Grievances? Do I need to air them?
Do you need to air them? Like,
Oh, that smells so good.
well, you have the best of issue coming out.
We do. And I actually got a sneak peek at the ballot
Uh-oh.
that it is going to be in the paper tomorrow.
Tomorrow.
Tomorrow. It's going in the paper tomorrow, and it is again the readers read in.
It is pure write-in. It's not a choice thing. Like
it's not multiple choice like music awards.
That'd be crazy if that whole thing, because there's so many categories.
Yeah,
It's
and
ridiculous.
the main issue, and it's the big categories are like getting and spending, places to buy, people in politics, culture, good grub, on the town.
Am I in People in Politics?
Well, y'all are actually in, because podcast is
Mayor of Watauga?
Mayor Watauga.
Can we go ahead and just take our Hall of Fame now?
I mean,
there's the one for the music awards, because we don't want to have to be in the category every year. We can just take our Hall of Fame and exit.
so you don't want to be the big mics of podcasts?
Yeah, we don't want to be the Big Mike's podcast. That's too crazy.
Or the Dead Vinyls?
Yeah, we don't want to be the Dead Vinyls of podcasting. I hear.
So when do
Wait,
y'all?
hold on. This just came
when
in.
do we need to talk about the music awards ceremony?
Yeah, this just
Are we
came
gonna
in.
talk about that?
Guys, Dead Vinyl just won another award. It's still going. It's still. They just
For the
won.
most greatest band from Fort Worth in the whole universe.
They just won for best Chinese takeout cooks. I don't know. That was a category in the music awards.
Someone's gonna write in Dead Vinyl for like best sandwich.
Yes, there you go.
But no, under the people in politics category, you will see podcast. It is right in between sportscaster / sports writer and before coolest local celebrity male. So
Me.
podcast. So y'all are part of people in politics.
There we go.
There you go.
That's awesome.
So am I coolest male?
What categories would we actually work
Am I
in? Does coolest male work? But when it comes to broadcasters, do podcasters count as broadcasters? Because I always vote for Jeffrey Lord every year.
No, he
Because
doesn't.
Actually, I always vote
puts
Matt
me
Stuff.
That's another thing. That's another thing too, though, is that editorial did kind of change some things up. Like,
What's the changes this year?
well, some things have changed. I don't see Courier on here because I think Favor was just getting it every single year.
Wait a second. Y'all had Best Courier?
Yeah, for some reason that
Y'all-
was a survey.
Could I? Wait. I know a drug runner.
They had last year. Y'all had best gun shop. Is that still?
I think
kinda-
place to buy. Yeah,
Is
place
best
to
rub
buy
it- is-
guns.
Is best rub and tug one of the categories?
Adult toys. Yeah, adult toys is on there. Or no, massage joints.
Yeah,
Oh
yeah,
no,
yeah. Rub and tugs.
no, that's a different.
What about strip
That's
club?
a different.
page.
That's Dallas Observer.
Is, is there a best strip club?
There's
I
gotta be,
believe. I
right?
think that's actually labeled as.
Can we nominate the Yellow Rose?
That's Austin.
Gentlemen's
yeah,
Club?
yeah.
Gentlemen's
The
Club
landing- I was
is
wondering if
under
there
on the
was.
town. Yeah.
The landing strip's better than Yellow Rose.
No, you were stupid as fuck and need to die.
Wow. Jesus.
Sample that, RoboTuner.
Was it? Good gosh. What was that again? You need to
I
eat
said it
staples
once. That's all
and
you
cut
need.
your thorax and die.
Yeah. So,
That's a
what was
insect
another one
part,
that
isn't
cracked
it?
me up last year that I loved?
Landing strip's the greatest strip club ever.
The Goodwill or the best thrift store.
That one actually changed. That one is now there. No, there is thrift store. Thrift store is on there, but something did change where it's like
Secondhand store or something like that.
I think it's like antiques and vintage finds under places to buy.
All right, I got a new one. What about, do y'all have best place you can get an IV after a night out? Because those are new now. You can get those now.
Is there
Like
one
a
in Fort Worth?
like a
There is
hydration.
one in Fort Worth.
There's
Hydration, yeah.
hydration.
Where at?
stations.
Mineral and hydration stations.
Where at?
There's one, I think it's Magnolia. I think.
There's
They do.
a few,
There's mobile ones now that come to you.
There's some like refresh stations. I know that there's a few like
Yeah, I know.
I need one now.
I know
After
there's
Friday
a place
night.
over I think it's off University, but I think it's Urgent Care Clinic, and they do like a plethora of stuff
Yeah.
from like tests, but they also will issue like
yeah.
you're like I'm hungover, and they'll come and
I
they'll
wanted
give
to
you a
put
bag
one-
of fluids.
I wanted to put one next to billiards, but they're like, you got to be a doctor or a nurse or something. I was like, what? What do you mean, man?
What
I'm
about,
doing IV.
What about best place to float?
I don't know. Maybe that could
Like
fall into
drink
like
floats or float the river?
like
No. An
like
isolation
float,
tank.
Like, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know. Maybe
I
that
still
could
want
be
to do
like
that.
I'm
like
going on
boutique
Sunday, I think.
boutique med places. I don't
Yeah.
know.
What about CBD joints?
I want to float.
We do have quite a few.
those
we
are popping up
actually,
now.
So good.
Well, and there's some changes happening on regulations on that.
Uh-oh.
Yeah.
Like what? Bad or good?
Well, I mean, they're trying to crack it down a little bit more. I mean, you do have Rossum over off Race Street. You do have a new one that's called American Shaman
Yeah.
over there by Ridgemar Mall.
Yeah.
Yep, over there
So
by
they're,
the
so,
fish store.
but you said they're cracking down. Are they
They're
going to make a
changing-
doctor be involved or
Oh,
something?
I think
or-
they're. I've heard that they're changing up stuff to where even just the shops like that are probably gonna get some regulation done.
What
to
about
'em.
kratom and all that?
No.
They're going to touch that? What?
But I thought all that
No.
stuff was bad.
Kratom? Well, that's
Yeah.
what a lot of heroin addicts get on to get off.
Oh,
which
okay.
And
is weird.
and I don't know the rules because
You ever taken that stuff?
No.
It's good. The only
Okay.
thing that sucks, it only works once. Like if you have the itch for Dones or Percocets or like any kind of opiate,
Never have it.
if you get the itch, like, oh man, that'd feel good to feel that feeling,
Mm-hmm.
and you go and get some kratom, you'll get that feeling for about 30 minutes to an hour, and then it could be longer than that. But the problem is the next time you do the kratom, it's not going to feel that way. So you end up taking 75 kratom pills and then just ODing on that.
So
it's just something that you could like get addicted to.
When I took them, I was like, "This is it's better than you can't." I don't think that there's been any case where someone's OD'd on kratom. I don't know for a fact.
You just said they go and OD.
Well, I'm just saying
You'll take 75.
you take
and
75 of them and go and then fall asleep and throw up or
Oh.
something. But I don't
No.
think that anyone's actually OD'd on kratom. I think when
I never heard the
when it's gotten
craving
into
for that.
trouble, where they've gotten into trouble is when people will take kratom, like the feeling, and then go get heroin, usually, or perks or dones or whatever, and then you end up ODing because you have a derivative of an opiate in your system, and then you have a full on like what is it, OxyContin, or fentanyl now is the drug of the opiate choice, I guess, and you just croak and die. So that happened to one of my friends a couple of years ago. Everybody was blaming kratom. I was like, nah, there was more than that. I was like, that's not, because
I think that's what I had a friend die of.
I don't
was
think
the fentanyl.
Yeah, well, fentanyl's
Years ago.
killing all kinds of fuckers now,
Yeah.
and it sucks. But
The only thing I have a craving for is for Johnny Walker Black, brought to us by Leroy the Prophet.
Thank you, Leroy the Prophet.
You know, they did something good because they brought a bottle of badass alcohol that we would talk about for weeks.
Yeah, you know what?
Genius on their part.
I think I'm going to have a little more, too.
But you know what you brought.
What did I bring?
Yeah, let's talk about this.
What did I bring, gentlemen?
First off,
the case of
you brought us
salsa.
something. First, I want to show you this. This was sent to us by one of our fans because they felt bad for us for like 2 years, and I want you to just take a look at this. I'm going to hand this over to you. They felt bad because we were crying.
That was made in China.
And sobbing about not having an award. Now, the dates are kind of weird because I don't know where they got that plaque from.
Who got this for you?
They won't confess. I've had several people I have fingered in the accusation of who. What? That's what you say when you're.
You've made
pointing your finger.
assumptions.
I've made assumptions.
That's awesome.
Of who did it. And they've all said no. But I don't trust them. Marlon, James, I'm looking at you guys. So anyway, we've had that for about a year, but you brought us official stuff.
Yeah, I brought you your 2 awards.
Ding
is
dong,
this
show
cue to
us.
me?
Where are they?
You took them earlier.
Okay, here you go.
We finally have to hang on our wall, which is so beautiful. Our best podcast reader's choice for
I'm gonna put this on
2017.
my resume too.
Right there. I'm putting this on my IMDb.
I'm putting it on my, what is it? LinkedIn. It's going on LinkedIn for sure.
I don't even have a profile picture on LinkedIn yet, but
I
I'm
don't
on
either.
LinkedIn.
I've been
I
on
don't think I
LinkedIn.
do either.
It's
but this is what
sad
it's
because I'm afraid that all the people that like request me on LinkedIn and stuff think I'm just this big jerk because I get the emails all the time.
Look at this.
Someone's so changed in their network, and I'm like, fuck, don't care.
Like,
I don't
they
give a fuck.
added 80 connections. It's like,
Yeah.
I don't even
I don't
like
fucking
you.
care. I don't even know who that fucking is.
Why am I
Readers
friends
and
with you?
Critics'
It's
Choice.
not
Yes,
friends.
it's
not
both of
friends.
them.
It's
Both
business.
Readers and Critics'
And-
Choice for 2016.
And read that copy. Read that copy on there.
Oh, yeah, this is the one that was in the paper.
Mm-hmm.
Should I read it now?
Sure.
Yeah, feel free.
Cold read on the JJTM podcast show.
Irreverent, righteous, riotlessly funny, and never kitschy. I don't know about that.
Cheeky, maybe?
The Jerry Jonestown Massacre is a blend of off-the-cuff banter on topics ranging from sports to local music and whatever else enters the dark minds of co-hosts Dustin Schneider and Matt Stubbs.
Yeah.
The 3-year-old podcast runs every week and has built a sizable following of fans who
That's
prefer their
fraud.
entertainment
That's fake news.
uncensored and uncut.
That last part was fake news.
This is so awesome.
Someone said, were you the one that was saying, you're fake news?
Yeah.
You're fake
Very
news.
fake news.
Yeah,
Fake
it was
news.
you. You said, Jessi Foster, you fake news.
Did I?
You did. You
She's
did.
pulling a Rebecca.
No.
She's calling me. She's
Almost
calling me
no.
out.
I had a lime green. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take a picture
Very-
of that
that's
that note
fake
card
news.
when I get home because I
Fake.
made notes. That's why.
Fake
What else
news.
did I bring you guys?
Oh, yes.
Oh, yeah.
Go for it, Matt.
A case
You-
of, okay, hold on.
So
This-
at the end on the end of that show, you mentioned just like getting into events. How y'all were like, well, we had to say that we were with someone else's band.
No, we actually said we were with. We said we were with our bands,
And it
because
was
we were
me.
with
It
Drag
was me.
the
I was
Ocean.
in slight manic mode.
Yeah,
But that
was
they
totally
had
fine.
No, they have me at the door because I'm the one that was harping on everybody to be like, "Hey, get your RSVP in. Hey, you haven't RSVP'd." No, really, it's Saturday afternoon. I'm not going to be nice.
Did you ever hear from that hip hop artist, Daft Pistols? Did he ever get back with you?
No.
Guy, dude. Huh? What?
No. Is there some beans to be spilled?
No.
Is there something you need
No,
to tell me
just
about
know he's
Daft
a jerk.
Pistols?
He's a jerk.
No.
It's
No, tell me.
someone in
send
this
me-
room's secret hip hop project.
Really?
Huh?
Huh?
What?
So
well, here's
all right,
here's
let's
the
look at
thing
this.
on that. If you do have a band,
this?
maybe you should have an email address or maybe have your information
he's
out
in
on
co-
Bandcamp or
he-
Facebook
I
so
think-
somebody can send you an
I
email.
think DP might be incarcerated at the time. So,
But
what was funny was
all right, look at this though. Put
you
this
know,
on the camera.
Here's the secret.
This
Here,
is-
I'll show it.
Yeah, this is Miss Renfro's.
Some Miss Renfro's
Yum.
hot sauce. Here's the secret: is Eric always goes, "Oh yeah, y'all are good with the podcast. You can come up there, whatever."
Yeah, just say
you're with.
Just
the
say
podcast.
you're
It's all
with.
good.
Just say Eric Griffey said it's
You're with
okay.
the Jerry Jonestown
Yeah.
Massacre. It's okay. Eric Griffey said it's all right.
Every
But
time
the
I do it-
secret is, and what we actually know is that we got to RSVP with you and say our actual bands that we're with.
No, you at least basically.
Here, put
I
this
didn't.
one
I
in there,
didn't
too.
bring my laptop with
Yeah,
me,
I want
but I have a huge Excel spreadsheet, and one page is called RSVP. And what I do is I put the band name on one line, and then the next line is how many number of bodies to expect. And it doesn't matter that if Matt Mabe gets like RSVP'd for 4 bands that he's playing with. Same thing all across the board. As long as I have a pretty good count of how many bodies are going to be there, so I know how much Topo Chico to have, so we know how much barbecue or
That was
whoever.
a good move too, by the way. I
Yeah.
really enjoyed the fresh Topo Chico.
So Topo
Last
Chico,
few years.
Topo Chico last year also kind of paired up, but since their acquisition with Coca-Cola, it has become a little.
Oh, they got
big time?
Yeah,
Yeah,
they're
man.
big timers now. But so what I brought you guys is I brought y'all a mixed case of Mrs. Renfro's. Because we do have our El Fuerte, which is the Fort, is our taco fest that we have in May. We'll be having that
Did you
again next
see
year.
that there's some peach salsa in there?
Yeah,
I did.
there's
And
some like habanero mango.
When I'm mixing down this show,
There's
I'll
a
be
ghost pepper one
crunching
in
down
there.
some
Mhm.
chips.
Oh, there's
and
some like
eating
raw,
stuff.
Yeah.
some raw sauce over there, and then there's
Oh,
2
right.
jars of. But like I got y'all both like mixed boxes that have the same thing, so
That's the
nobody
most
has one
raddest thing.
That is the
Ever.
You're
rest.
welcome.
You
I'm
don't
sorry
even-
I didn't bring chips.
No, it's
I love
okay.
it. It's a-okay.
It's okay.
Yeah.
And if I was smart,
The
I
next
would've
time
gone
I
and got
come,
some
I'll bring
I've
chips
Hey,
because
I've
I
sh-
expect y'all to
You
still
know
have
what?
salsa.
You know what? I've showed up to a party with a bunch of peanut butter and forgot the jelly. It's cool. Don't worry about it.
But you brought the dogs.
I was about to say, were you expecting dogs? Like, where was
Yeah.
that going?
So let's talk.
That was a Fort Worth Weekly joke. That was not a Jerry Jonestown Massacre joke.
I don't know. I keep good company. I'm resourceful and I adapt well.
So let's talk some inside baseball here
Inside
about
baseball.
the Fort Worth Weekly Music Awards and how this is. I mean, we'll come clean right now. It is one of our favorite events every year. We have so
Yeah,
much
we-
fun.
we do have a blast.
The festival and the ceremony?
The festival and the ceremony.
Yep.
Yes.
We talk shit at the ceremony just because it's fun to talk shit. And
Absolutely.
It's, everybody, you go to NASCAR to watch cars crash. You don't go to watch people race actual cars. You go to watch things go crazy.
Hey,
Whole
man.
bunch of left turns.
But it's
Yeah.
always fun when
Humans
like,
fail.
No, when a band wins
Mm-hmm.
20
7.
awards.
8.
They won 8.
8.
They walk out with a platter of awards. It was
They-
fun.
I gave them one of the boxes that I had on stage.
Yeah,
I did.
I saw that.
And
They
it-
walked out
I
with
did.
it.
And when we were standing
Hey.
out front, I took a picture of them all with them, and I was like, "That is so amazing."
We need to
That's
have.
why
You know
I
what? We need to
platter
have
of
them
trays.
in again, just
We
so we
do.
can talk about it.
We
'cause that was
love
awesome.
Dead Vinyl, and we gave them shit for winning all the awards. But like we talked about on our show, I think post, they deserved it. They did their work.
They did.
Everywhere we
They
went,
put out a
They
good
did.
album.
The people,
Everywhere we
the
went.
people
That's what I was telling
voted.
people.
The people voted, and that's
Yeah.
another thing too. Like afterwards, and I had mentioned to you, Dustin, was the fact that there was a lot of people that are like, "Oh, it's rigged. Oh, it's a popularity contest. We're tired of seeing
Russian
this."
collusion.
No, and people
Right.
like people saying that it's not real. That like only like a certain number of votes. That is inaccurate because we do take the digital votes and we do take those paper votes. And if anybody wants to come help me count paper votes next year, I counted 157 this year, and those paper votes did break some very close ties on some categories.
You only had 157 paper votes. I would think there would be more than that
Yeah,
because
and-
when you did the
well-
showcase, there were everywhere, laying around everywhere.
They
where you
were
could do 'em.
between the ballot boxes and what actually was mailed in, and we did have a little bit of a snafu in our the mail system.
Collusion.
Yeah, the USPS.
I'm doing it
USPS
wrong.
was
He-
sending us some like we weren't getting checks for some stuff. Like, come on,
Yeah.
come on, mail, come on, postal service.
Well, here's what I have to say about the Dead Vinyl thing.
Mm-hmm.
I know that Dustin and I, God, well, this sounds narcissistic, but everything that we went to out of town and in town, and any that had to do with local music or whatever, the Texas music, we'd run into them.
Yeah.
So
We ran into them at 4 different spots in Austin, I think.
Yeah,
during
so
South by Southwest.
I don't want to hear. You know what?
Those
If you want
guys
to
are
talk to
getting
me,
out there and putting the work in.
Exactly.
They work their
are.
ass
you
off.
want to talk to me about how man that's fucked up, dude. Well, okay. How many shows have you played? Like me, Motor Scooter, same way.
Mm-hmm.
Like, don't bitch to me about how you think that me, Motor Scooter, Henry the Archer, or Dead Vinyl's getting too many awards.
No.
You know why? Because they fucking are grinding, and they grind
all
all the
three
time.
of those bands are putting that work in.
Yeah,
They are.
So, that's
And
my
it-
little
And
rant.
I know because I build ads. Like
Yeah.
that's another thing. I see who's playing around town, and I'm seeing like who's actually like playing like a lot. And like for a while there, me and Motor Scooter had that residency at Lola's, and they're playing at Lola's every Saturday night, and a lot of people were coming to see them. And then they did a kick-ass set at Friday on the Green not too long ago.
Yep.
Like
Yeah.
you know, so those kids are also putting the work in too, and it's. The scene, it's just it's great, but at the time of hearing those naysayers and having people that just
Which is-
assume,
Yeah.
and they just and like I said, it's
What do
like,
you hear a lot of? What's the main thing?
Well,
Like,
and-
it's rigged.
I heard a little bit of
The
that.
system's rigged.
Well, and just on that night, and I don't know, and I mean I'm not gonna name names or anything, but I got on social media that night, and I did go on and I replied to some people's like posts, and they're like, it's a popularity contest stuff, and I'm like, it's not. Like, I can show you, but here's what you should probably do to get yourself in front of our readers
Yeah.
and get people out there and be like, hey, vote. And it's like, it's not bad to lobby and it's not bad to campaign, you
Yeah.
know? Because a lot of people did that. And I'm not going to say that there was like a handful of votes that just had X band marked and that's it. Like those guys probably went around to the venues and pulled out a ballot and just
Yeah.
marked one. That's not a complete ballot. I'm not going to count it, but I see what you did.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you know what? Even if it is a popularity contest, like I said after the post show or the week after we did this, who cares
Mhm.
if it is a popularity contest because it just shows you that the bands that won have fans
Mhm.
and have fans that care. And maybe you should take that as a sign that either A, you need to bust your ass to get more fans,
Mhm.
do more street work, do more leg work,
Yeah, but
or get on your fans to vote.
I think
make it a
I
big
think
deal.
encouraging people to vote because
I think that's a
I'm
different
going to go
argument,
so
though.
far as to even say that like Claire Hinkle's grandmother voted.
Well, there's a
Aw.
few
That's
bands.
really sweet. Like she
that is
even
super
sent in a
sweet.
vote. Like
hot?
so.
What? So there's a few
into
bands
gummers.
I know that were upset that they didn't win, that felt like they deserved to win. But if you go back and look at their social media streams, they never
I think when people say
said
that
anything about it, sent the link out,
Okay,
did
exactly.
nothing
Here's what
about
I-
it. And you're like,
I think the
you don't.
popularity.
It's not just given to you.
Mhm.
You've got to do a
You
little
gotta
bit
put
of
it
work.
out there too.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like
yeah.
how you were looking through my cover photos, like how one of my cover photos was the
You're not supposed to
music
see when I'm
awards.
stalking
no,
you
I
during
said
a show.
creep away, it's fine. But like that's the thing too is like that's just part of it is like actually getting it out there. You got a show going on. Well, don't be pissed that just your friends and your girlfriends are the only people that showed up. If you didn't have more people out there because you didn't put it out there.
You want to keep creeping now?
No.
Thanks for calling me out.
You're
on the
welcome.
show.
That's actually a
And
really fun picture
on
though too.
the ticket.
If you look, you can see where it says Satan on my shirt, and that's
Yeah.
a group picture.
There's
That's-
there's another picture that was fun that cracked me up because Brian Breckenridge commented on it. The fuck Nazis.
Oh yeah,
And
that
he's like,
that
you
shirt.
could-
That shirt. I got that shirt a year ago, actually to the day, because Charlottesville was a year ago this time.
Yeah, did you guys hear about that? They thought all hell was about to break loose, and I don't think it panned. Like the media was like, "We're gonna have some shit. We gotta get up
No.
there."
That's the problem. Is the
Yeah.
media
We
like
gotta
the
go-
Fort Worth Weekly over?
Then they showed up, and they're like, "What the hell is this?"
They blow
Yeah.
things out of proportion.
Well, I mean that
Yeah.
Vice documentary was pretty good, but then that guy was all
Oh,
like,
yeah.
crying. But no, like I got that shirt because Black Craft Cult, who I've given a lot of my money to because they do have a lot of different shirts.
I've seen this Black Craft Cult
They're in California.
merch.
Yep, they are
So
sold
it's
at
not
Hot
a-
Topic now.
So it's not
and
a
they
band?
have a wrestling
It wasn't a
crew.
band?
No,
I thought
there
it
are
was
a few bands. There are a few bands that do
Blackworks?
exclusive. Maybe I don't know.
You said, what'd you say again?
Black
Craft?
Craft Cult.
BCC.
BCC.
Gotcha.
Yeah, but they did, and what they did is they took all the proceeds from that shirt and donated it to Charlottesville Relief.
Yeah.
And then they
Wait. Charlottesville did get fucked up.
Well, the victims
The
from the
people.
people that got ran over and
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
okay.
From the
there
riots.
was one death.
Yep, the
Yeah.
one death.
The one that had the heart attack.
You know, there were some
got
nice
hit by the-
people.
She
There were
got
some
hit.
nice people involved in that whole ordeal.
She got hit, and then she had a heart attack.
My bad.
and
I
that's
took
what
it
got her.
as in person like property and stuff, destruction and all that. I
No.
forgot.
Yeah.
But
I forgot the people
There
that got
was
hurt.
some
but after
destruction,
like
probably.
after Hurricane Harvey, they
Such an
did a
asshole.
shirt like after Joel Fuckstein
Yeah.
was like, "Oh no, water damage." So they did a shirt that is they've got it's a church on fire and it says "Stay lit" and it's in purple.
I was about to say if they took our idea,
Yeah.
Yep. And those
James,
those
we have an idea.
proceeds went to
we need to get on that because
to Harvey.
we could make some
You know
Skrilla.
what? James is in the chat room. We need to get with him, and we need to just make those shirts and do the same thing. Send the proceeds to someone.
Not take any of it.
No.
Not be any man.
We don't need money.
Speak for yourself, man. I'm still getting
Hey, do y'all want to
acclimated.
put some advertising dollars
I'm
together?
We need
Dustin,
money
I'm-
for advertising, so we'll make these shirts and keep that money.
I'm still getting acclimated.
Yes.
Okay.
We want to
I
talk to you
need
about
money.
that.
I'm in the business.
So, being
But yeah, I will wear a fuck Nazi shirt and to be a
Yeah.
little offensive. Like
It's okay to
It's-
okay to wear fuck Nazi shirts.
it's okay,
It
but
is.
no one should fuck Nazis. They should fuck them up, but no one should fuck Nazis.
well, Jennifer, she
are you calling me a Nazi?
Well, it's not Jennifer.
Schneider. I mean, I'm just saying what's already
Not-
out there.
My grandfather. Leave him alone. He's dead.
Jennifer. Never mind. Let's just okay.
So,
I do like the hat though.
being in the huh? Oh, that's a Russian.
Yeah, that's Russian.
officer hat.
Same thing.
I do like your SS hat, Dustin,
Oh my
too.
god! You'll see it on stage this Friday night. Being in the media and the press,
Mm-hmm.
but although being on the sales side of it, how much does the publication and editorial side? How much do things that they write about piss you off? Or how much do you side? Do you feel like you have to side with everything the weekly writes?
There are times
reports about?
there are times that editorial does tie our hands.
And so
That's-
you can't really say anything, or you can't really backlash against it. Like, I don't really like that, I don't really agree with what
Yeah.
you're saying there.
Wasn't there a big
Yeah.
deal
Pretty
a
much.
few years ago right after the election? Like there was an artist that went up to DC or something and played for the military ball or something and blew up
Weathers.
on the Fort Worth
Josh
Weekly.
Weathers.
Yeah,
It
Josh
grew
Weathers.
it blew up on
It
Fort
made-
Worth Weekly.
And
Yeah,
the cover was
Facebook
"Everybody
was
Hates
Yeah.
Josh."
Yeah. It
I
blew
never-
up into a
we were trying
crazy
to
ordeal.
we're actually trying to get him on the show.
Yep.
Josh, come on.
Yeah, it turned
Bring
into
us
a
some
crazy
salsa.
ordeal, but
Yep.
yeah, bars have been set. With you this week with salsa and awards and T-shirts, and then last week, bring in a bottle of Black Label,
Yeah.
Johnny Walker.
And
Bars have been set. Who's here next week?
we got to get some stuff.
Who
to
is
give
here
people.
next
I think
week?
it's just us.
No.
Is someone coming in?
Yeah, I gotta send a message, but I don't want to.
You got sent a message?
I gotta send a message.
You got to send a message.
He's
Yeah.
got to cook it up.
Oh, okay.
If you want to talk right now,
It's blank.
I'll confirm.
It's blank on our list, and I left it that way
No,
for a reason.
next week is our metal show.
Yeah.
Our
Right.
monthly metal show we do where we're right now
Mm-hmm.
we're breaking down the different genres of
Oh.
metal.
I know what you're talking about.
Okay.
I'm sorry.
And I think next week is death metal out of Tampa, Florida.
And I wanted to have
Where we go. You
I
can
wanna
try to
do-
get them in too.
who?
I know who
That's
you're gonna
funny
talk about.
because we're landing in Tampa on Saturday.
There
What are you going out to Tampa for?
Nick and I are finally taking a real vacation. Like we've gone camping and we've gone down to New Braunfels and we've done the whole Schlitterbahn thing. But we're
Mhm.
actually first flight together.
Little R&R, huh?
Yeah, he.
This is getting serious, I feel.
It's getting pretty serious. Yeah, we've got a place together and
How long y'all
my
been
parents
together?
my parents love them a whole
Is
bunch.
that why you're not drinking?
No, I just don't drink because I am not
No,
a very healthy.
was-
Oh no.
Oh.
No. Fuck children. No.
Whoa. Is that a shirt?
No.
I don't think you
Can
can
we
say
buy that
that.
shirt?
No.
I don't think you could say that. Oh, you maybe in Thailand you can say that.
Oh,
Not here.
No, again, but with the fuck Nazis, no one should fuck Nazis. But no. I like children. I don't eat them, and everybody else's children are okay. But No, we're not gonna have kids. We already decided that. His
Okay.
mom isn't happy with it.
What are y'all
But,
gonna do? Just chill on the beach?
We're gonna go spend a couple days
Do some
in
deep sea fishing?
No.
Busch
We are-
Gardens.
Well, we've thought about it because he is a big roller coaster fan. But
good ones there.
We are gonna spend some time on the beach. We are gonna go
Yeah.
up to the Dolly Museum. We are gonna walk through the Sunken Gardens.
That's cool.
We're gonna go to Ybor City and see the wild street chickens and
You
have a
should try
Cuban.
to score some crocodile while you're down there.
Whoa.
I actually am a big fan of crocodiles and alligators, but I don't think I'm gonna try to eat any of
No,
them.
crocodile is some crazy drug that
Oh
eats
no,
your
with a
flesh
K?
away.
No,
Yes,
no,
that's
no,
insane.
no. I thought you were trying to be like kind of Cajun or a little bit crocodile.
I
No.
actually thought he was too at first. I didn't know he was
Thank
going straight dark.
you. Thank
I didn't know he was
you.
going straight
No.
to
This
it.
has been a dark show, and I
No.
apologize to all the Fort Worth Weekly
Ew.
fans that are here, and that Dustin is offended. Okay.
Why are you blaming it on me?
I'll go and look and see how many like page unlikes.
And they're like, oh,
Like if anybody gets on.
After
just
every show, it's like
No.
on us.
No.
So are
I
you
don't
get,
think
you're
so.
going to make your way? You said you're going to Kennedy, so you're going to go through
Mhm.
Orlando.
We're actually going to spend some time in Orlando. That's where
Going to
Nick's
Disney.
we're not doing Disney this trip, but we are doing Universal.
Okay, which side of Universal are you going?
Both sides.
Good.
Yeah.
All right, so the Harry Potter ride's kind of fun. The Incredible Hulk roller coaster is amazing,
Mm-hmm.
and that other roller coaster they have is amazing on the studio side. But yeah,
Mm-hmm.
you'll have a good time there. That's a fun part.
I haven't
The
decided
funds.
how much money I'm going to allow myself to spend in Springfield because I've been watching The Simpsons since I was 5, and I am a very big Simpsons fan.
There is a lot of cool stuff to buy. A lot of
Like,
Duff beer.
I've had people tell me, please bring me home a Bort license plate, and
Yeah.
I'm sure there's more than enough. So
There's so much Simpsons merch there. It's pretty fun. It's
yeah.
really,
I
really
might have
fun.
to mail stuff home to me
There you go.
because we are only flying basic economy. So.
Oh, you're not flying first class.
No, I did first class going to California a year ago.
Sweet.
And I just felt so out of place.
No, man, you get to booze it up. They pay attention to you.
I
up
didn't
there.
drink then either.
The only reason I've flown first class, I have a podcast show,
Why do you always have to be under the influence of something?
and so no, my mom works at American Airlines, and when you do stand
Crocodile.
Crocodile. That's what I was waiting. My mom has crocodile.
mom's a crocodile dealer.
What's a crocodile?
Jeez, man, that's got to look good on your resume as a drug dealer.
My mom's
I'm
got
a crocodile dealer. Crocodile dealer.
Okay, when you go to Kennedy, I want to
We're
tell
actually
you this.
gonna we signed up so we can do where the Apollo missions and everything were launched. Like we got that walkthrough tour. We're doing that one.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm a space nerd, and Matt and I were talking about this like a couple of weeks ago. I freak out over space stuff. Like for some reason, it's just I think it's the coolest shit in the world. And when you go there, when you make your way through the grounds, there's an area, and you'll see it when you pull up in the parking lot or whatever. You'll see the space shuttle, the solid rocket boosters, and the fuel tank.
Mm-hmm.
Make sure you walk underneath them and go into the building behind it. I'm not going to tell you what happens, but I teared up because they take you got to go through this line. And of course, if you look on the map, you'll see what it does. But
Right.
you go through this line, you watch a video. And I got chills and freaked
They
out.
multiplying.
At the end of this video,
Get it?
I started tearing up and
Mm-hmm.
was like, "Oh my god!" and freaked out, and I was like a NSYNC fan girl or something, like, "Oh my god!" And
I got a question.
It's cool. It's cool.
So, have you been keeping up with this race to Mars that's going on?
Is it like a decathlon? Or there?
No, but did you know that freaking
Cue up Chariots of Fire.
SpaceX says that SpaceX is projecting. Now I know he's full of shit, right? About a lot of stuff, but he's saying that he fully plans on having a community on Mars by 2022. And did you know NASA is projecting 2030, like right after 2030, that we will have a community on? I don't know about a community, but NASA's kind of like, whoa.
Why are we going so far? Let's practice this shit on the moon.
Well, they're going to use the moon. Like both plans, NASA's plan and SpaceX's plan has something to do with something that happens at the moon. Because I think I've geeked out on it a lot lately. I had no idea we were that
They're gonna,
close.
They're going to make final launch from the moon.
Yeah,
so
right.
It moves, so it gets out of our. It's off
They're
of
gonna
our
use,
gravity. We don't
it
have to
sounds
use
like
the power.
you remember I was telling you how
that's the problem is you
they're
burn
going to start
everything up trying to leave.
how
Leave it in our atmosphere
NASA
sucks.
and SpaceX, like everybody's talking about using plasma rockets because it cuts the time almost like all the way, like you can get there in 6 weeks apparently if you use plasma rockets. But it's all like he said, it's
you
it's
have
inner
to
space,
be out of atmosphere in order to use that.
So there's like NASA has like 6 phases. SpaceX is just like anything that he does is like whatever, we're gonna get up there. But SpaceX is making leaps and bounds. Just like
you saw what they
they're
launched
right
yesterday, right?
Yesterday,
and that would
Was
have
it the,
been. You should have been there now.
Mm-hmm.
Because that's the one thing. I was in Florida one year
Is that
to
the recoverable
watch,
one?
I watched a shuttle launch, and it was the coolest thing
You're
in the world.
talking
I was
about
like,
NASA
oh
or
my God.
SpaceX?
No, NASA from Kennedy that launched one of the heavy rockets yesterday with
Mm-hmm.
the probe that's going to the sun.
Yep.
Yeah.
And
What is the deal again? Why are they trying to? Isn't it just going to disintegrate?
No. This is the closest they've built this with
To specifically go
all sorts of space age polymer that they bought.
To keep it 85 degrees inside for all the instruments.
How close do they think it's going to get?
They say it's like it's close, but when you say 13 million miles,
Well, the
it doesn't
Cheeto
sound
in
like
chief says it's going to land on the sun.
that's not going to happen. But it's within, like
Right.
everything has been barely within Mercury's
Sorry, there's
orbit
no
that we've
surface there.
sent, and this is going super close to the sun to where flares could
Yeah.
knock it out.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Because you have those crazy flares that shoot out, you
Yeah.
know, millions of miles that are just.
I just didn't have any idea that. I mean, I'm sure war could put this thing on delay. Like something could happen and put everything back, but that they're projecting that in our lifetime right now. Well, maybe mine and Dustin's. I don't know about you.
Yeah, I'm not going to make it.
In our lifetime,
Gotta call Jason Daly. Are you still alive? Okay.
Well, anyway, in our lifetime, we could see someone land on the moon, and not only land, but they're like
One
SpaceX.
small step for man. What do you think
SpaceX is
that'll be?
plan-
Do you think they'll say that? They'll copy Neil Armstrong?
No.
There's no way they can't do that.
They'll
Right?
quote Star Trek somehow.
It'll be beautiful.
They'll find a part of Star Trek and they'll quote Star Trek.
Maybe Cheeto will say something beautiful.
And then the cabal will be there and kill him
Mm-hmm.
because that's
I think
according to
I
Destiny.
don't think it's happening. I think as soon as they put the whatever it is they're talking about, because they're talking about doing some kind of slingshot station or something on the moon, right?
But Russia's
Just
going to
some-
get there first, right?
I think the Nazis.
Well, Israel
When we land on the moon,
Israel already has moon bases on the dark side,
and the Nazis do too.
so we just land
Which
there.
is wait, that's wait,
Moon
it's
Nazis?
very weird.
Moon Nazis.
no, the fact that
What is that
Israeli,
from?
the
Israeli and the
Nazis are on the back side of the moon, the dark side of the moon, and just
So,
waiting.
are they done yet?
What do you mean?
The
They
Moon
got to
Nazis?
be fighting back there.
No, I think they're far enough apart. It's okay.
Yeah, I don't know.
All right, so moving
How
on.
could we know?
I don't know. How do you know?
Do you have
What could-
any, Jesse? Do you have
Iron
any other
Sky,
grievance?
Moon Nazis. Iron Sky.
Iron
That's the
Sky.
movie.
That's the movie.
That's it. Moon
That's it.
Nazis.
That is a funny movie too.
Yeah.
It's hilarious.
I was wondering. I said Moon Nazis. And I was like, wait, that's a movie.
Remember,
Iron
they
Sky.
tried to sell it as serious, like this is the drama of the century.
An army of Nazis hidden in a moon base for 70 years prepares a gigantic warship for an invasion on Earth in 2018.
And somehow they get
it's
what
happening
it is.
this year, the Moon
Holy
Nazis.
shit.
I'm not even lying.
What's it
Is
called
there,
again?
is there a
What's the
full
name
moon
of the
around
movie?
Halloween?
Iron.
Iron
If there's
Sky?
a full moon
Iron
around
Sky.
Halloween, we got to watch out.
You know what the Jewish
No,
one's called?
They
Hummus
freak
Sky.
out because I've seen this movie. I watched it. They freak out because the astronauts go back to the moon,
Hummus?
and somehow a black astronaut gets. Somehow he falls in a hole or something he falls into the dark side of the moon, into a Nazi base, and they all freak out, going, "How are you an astronaut?" And they're like, it's extremely
It short circuits everyone.
racist, like
Yeah.
out of control racist. And then they start attacking. They start saying they're going
Like
to attack
Archie
Earth,
Bunker back in the day?
and they're weirded out because there's a black president, and they're like, "What's going on?"
Wow.
But it's
Yeah.
full on
Nah.
SS. Yeah,
Yeah.
God.
the
No,
Nazi base is
he
a
wanted to
swastika.
do, he wanted to do a Jerry Jonestown Massacre screening of that.
That's right. I
Ooh.
forgot about that. We were gonna do
Maybe
it. We were gonna
y'all
rent
can
out a
like.
theater.
I don't know. Maybe y'all can pair up with the Shut Up and Prance guys, the
Oh.
Wonder Crust movie watchers.
We were supposed to do that.
Nick McClanahan just got hired on at the Weekly,
Cool,
so
yeah,
I can
we
give
should
you
do
his
that.
number.
And you know, it's funny because
Tony said we were
one of-
supposed to be in on it. And
Yeah.
I never heard. We never heard from him.
Yeah,
I can get you
Tony's-
in touch with Nick.
Tony
Yeah.
makes a lot of plans when he's been drinking, and then it's kind of. And actually, he's been busy with the PETA thing, so. Anyway, Alamo Draft House. You ever been to one of those?
Yes.
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 Have you? Have you been to one?
Yes.
The
I've
one
been to the original.
The one in San Antonio?
Austin.
No, I think it's San Antonio.
Yeah,
Oh.
it's San Antonio.
Yeah.
Okay, I thought the Austin one was
That-
original.
I've been to that
But
one,
I've been
though.
to the Austin one.
But
Maybe
anyway,
where the Alamo is?
the one in
It's up north.
the one in
It's in the
That
Gaylord.
doesn't have a basement.
anyway,
Right.
It's in Gaylord. I've seen it.
the one in Denton is playing Major League right now, and the one in Las Colinas is playing. God, I can't believe Big Lebowski.
Nice.
That's a great fun fact there, Matt. I love it.
Are y'all are y'all trying to get tickets? Are they
No, I have no idea where that came
You didn't
from.
see that in the show notes?
No. All right, so
Alamo Draft House?
it's great.
Moon Nazis.
Wow. Cut
Wow.
off.
I just thought
Wow.
you wanted to know, man.
That was great.
The Alamo Draft House in Las Colinas is showing the Big
Let's
Lebowski.
go. Let's go.
I think we should.
So, do we have anything? Let's
go tonight.
Besides the best of
Mm-hmm.
that's coming out tomorrow,
That ballot
which will
is hitting
today,
tomorrow.
because
Today.
we will upload this today, and if people are listening, it will be Wednesday of this week,
The 15th.
The 15th.
Mm-hmm.
Besides that, what else is? What can we look forward in Fort Worth right now? What do we have going on?
Salsa?
Salsa.
Salsa.
Do you know the inside
Yeah.
of anything? Like insider information that we need to watch for?
Well, of course, I mean, along with the best of, we do have Fort Worth Cocktail Week coming up for the Fort Worth Weekly. And that is going to be in October. And that is going to be like you'll have your Texas Spirits night, you'll have your whiskey and bourbon night, you'll have your gin versus vodka night.
Why we need to do this year?
Wait. What's going on in this?
So
thing?
it's
What
a
do we do
week.
here now?
It's a week.
I've heard about this.
It's a week where there are going to
Not the
be
details.
brands
Yeah.
that are going to be featured, and there's going to be like a theme, like there's a tiki night and there's a margarita night.
Right.
So like if you wanted to get down on some mezcal or some tequila, you'd come
Mezcal's
on.
the 2-worm one, right? Yeah, I don't do that, man.
No, that's the one that goes really well with Topo Chico.
Yeah, it's really
Oh,
good.
really?
Yeah.
I just have
From
Tito's.
what I hear.
I just drink Tito's with Topo Chico.
Yeah.
We should go out that week
And just get annihilated every
no,
night?
we just take the recorder with us and we talk every night. And then the next week we just publish that show
Yeah, you could even be like, hey,
of every night. We
we're
go out.
on scene here, but just do like a
So we could take
a
7
cocktail
weeks
week.
off?
10, 15 minutes off.
Yeah.
No, we just record 10 or 15 minutes a night, and
Gotcha.
then we just put it up.
then a recap of Fort Worth Weekly Cocktail Week.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What are the locations? Do we have
Not
those
all
yet?
of that is set in stone.
It's not.
I believe that we will be doing Tiki Night at the usual, but we
Okay.
are looking for some unlicensed accounts. So you're thinking like your Art Space 111, your Black
Nice.
House,
Texas
All right.
Billiards.
your Mopac.
What do you think of Black House?
I personally have never been, but all the
Yeah.
events that I've seen there and what they're doing, it seems like it's pretty righteous.
It's a cool joint.
Yeah.
And it's a man. You pull up in that place in the middle of the day. It's a freaky place. You're like,
Yeah.
well, it's a dark house, but
I was a fan of the Munsters growing up, so I don't think that it'll be out of place.
No, it's
Yeah.
not out of place. But
Yeah.
it's great. The events that I've been to there have been awesome.
Yeah.
Really, really awesome.
Well, and I know that Art Tooth has definitely done a few things there. So it's really cool to be seeing like a mixture of what kind of shows they are doing, both on the music side, but also the art side.
That's cool.
Yeah.
Anything else?
Well, also in October, you did mention October 27th and Halloween,
Mm-hmm.
but it is in the books right now. It is still getting cooked up, but go ahead and make plans for Masquerade at Maine at Southside, which is going to be a handful of cover bands. Babes in Boyland is part of those bands, and of course, I am the singer of that band. We haven't really fully gone through all the set lists, but we have kind of added some new stuff from the Distillers and the Cranberries and a few other different things out of our normal lineup.
Who do y'all normally play? Because I've only seen y'all once.
When did you see us, at Pep Rally or at prom or at the Owl? Whenever all of us crammed in that little corner and I blew the speakers.
pep rally. What was that? 2 years ago? 3 years ago? It wasn't during our. It was a big show. Y'all weren't at the Owl.
Okay. Because we've done. Do you remember who our drummer was for the show?
No.
Because we've pretty much had a new drummer every time, kind of like Spinal Tap.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, but Jake's kind of been our drummer the last couple of times. But I mean, in the past we always pull out Sunday Morning by No Doubt. We've kind of changed some stuff around, but we always do some Babes in Toyland and some L7. We'll throw that down. So.
Yeah.
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 I think that
normally lady 90s rock is what we do.
I'm a big L7 fan.
Any breeders?
And that's what I remember.
We did Cannonball and we kind of it fell apart, but that was the first. That was the first pep rally, and I was a little nervous. And like Steve Watkins even wrote about us in DFW.com and was like, Jessi Foster is a monster.
Sweet.
On the microphone, and I was like, oh man. But yeah, like we've done a few different things.
That would be good though when someone calls you a
Oh
monster.
no,
on the
like an
microphone.
immense talent. I had a lot of people come up to me and be like, "Oh my god, I didn't know." And like for a while there at the Owl, I was probably doing karaoke, and I guess before Noah and Will's equipment got stolen, I had up to like 87 songs on my karaoke list because I would like do a little bit of everything. Like I would never do the same song, and singing in a hairbrush and doing karaoke, but actually getting up and singing in front of your peers, and they're like, "Oh shit, you can actually do that. It's fun."
Yeah.
But I don't think that, honestly, I don't see myself as a writer. Like if anybody wrote anything and kind of showed me the way, yeah. But I have fun doing the cover band things. You hear people being like, "Ugh, asshole cover band. Who wants to do that?" But look at how many people have fun doing the tribute shows. Like
I think I'm gonna try one this year.
It is, and it's fun,
It is fun.
and like doing your own thing on it. Like, yeah, like I don't really see myself going out on a limb to do the Cranberries, but at the same time, I'd rather do the Cranberries than to do Hole for another show.
I'd rather you do more L7.
Yeah, we're just changing it up, doing a little bit of different things.
You could do the entire front side of Bricks Are Heavy, and I'd be good with it. Up to Shit List, because Shit List is 7. So yeah, up to Shit List.
We do Shit List and Shove.
But we need Wargasm.
Pretend that we're dead.
Pretend We're Dead, of course. That's.
We toyed around with some Veruca Assault too. Like I had a really long set list for Veruca Assault for last year's pep rally, and then things kind of changed around about this time last year. This time last year, I got fired from a job, and so it was like I've already quit drinking. I'm unemployed. I'm gonna stop smoking the jazz cabbage for a little bit, and don't think that I wanna. I don't think that I wanna do the show.
I've never heard that.
What, jazz cabbage?
I've never heard that.
Oh, devil's lettuce?
No, devil's lettuce I've heard.
No, jazz cabbage.
So, if you don't mind me asking, what led to this non-drinking?
Getting to DWIs will put you there real quick.
That will, okay.
It will. It will. So being on the wrong side of the law for a little bit.
Yeah.
But the reason, and I know that y'all were probably waiting when this was going to come up, but the reason why I got my second DWI was because I turned to the bottle after my mom's bank got robbed by what turned out to be a serial killer.
What?
Yeah.
Where's your mom's bank at?
It was in Azle.
Okay.
Yeah, it was out in Azle, Texas. This was 2012. It was about February. And I went in to visit my mom, and this dude walked in, and...
You were in there?
You were there?
I was visiting my mother.
Oh, my gosh.
I was visiting my mother. Yeah.
Was
she
this
was a
just-
teller. Like, my mom went into banking in 1969 when she graduated, and this was 2012. And she had done the full ladder of being a banker and everything. And so she was just a teller, and this dude walked up with, like, this safety goggles and painter's mask and hard hat and mechanic's gloves. And
did you know immediately what was going on? You're like,
I
okay,
didn't.
Here we go.
I didn't, but my mom pressed her button because there wasn't anybody on scene doing any work or anything like that. And he came in and he pulled out this 9mm, and he's like, "Everybody on the ground, no alarms, nobody call the cops." And like, I'm looking at my mom, like at her teller window, and he walks up and he puts a gun in my face and he's like, "You too, girly, get on the ground." And I look at him and I look at my mom and I turn my back and I go walk and turn and look, and my mom gives him the cash out of her drawer, and the other teller like puts his whole drawer up on there, and he gets mad, but like gets all the money, and it's like all done within like 5 minutes. Keep in mind that my mom pressed that button. No cop, no phone call, no nothing. So she hit the button again.
Like throughout the whole event,
Yeah.
they never showed up.
The whole thing was maybe done in like 3 minutes.
And he was gone.
And out, in and out. No bait bills, no die packs. If you call the cops, I'll come back and get you.
And no one.
Yeah.
He didn't shoot anybody or nothing.
No, he walked out with a
discharged
gun.
him.
Yeah.
Huh.
So he left, and then mom hit her button again, and the cop showed up, and
Damn.
yeah,
Could have ordered a pizza
Yeah.
before the cop showed up.
yeah, just your regular 2 something on a Thursday afternoon in Azle, Texas.
What I've learned from commercials is that you should call Jimmy John's because they're faster than the fire
Yeah.
department.
Freaky fast.
They're freaky fast.
So that was February, and
Wait. Well, how, what the serial? Like, how did
they
he
get
got
him?
caught? Right.
So no, he walked out of the bank and he left. So shit, you almost lose your life. You start living it a little bit more. I was working at the Ginger Man, and so like I would put away my shift beers, and then I would go and drink Jamie's and Gingers like all night, and more shift beers and just beers in general. And in Fort Worth, right around South by, they have Fort Worth. Or at the time, it was the Grotto and Lola's and Magnolia Motor Lounge, and like all the bands were playing. So I got off work, and then I went there and drank copious amounts of alcohol at all these establishments.
Yeah.
The last thing I really remember about that night was the Hanna-Barbarians did the Antoine Dodson song at Lola's. Like I remember that. Like
Right.
Run and Tell That. So like I remember that night. I wrecked my car and was trying to change a tire whenever the cops showed up, and failed the field sobriety, blew a .19.
That's nothing.
Yeah. So wait a second. Okay.
Yeah.
Going back to the robbery.
So the
How did
robbery-
he get? Like he got caught obviously because.
I'm getting there, Matt. I'm
Oh,
getting
okay.
there.
My bad.
So like, I get arrested for my second DWI. Like, I'm sitting in Mansfield. I get out. That same day, the Texas Highway Patrol catches him for speeding in Lufkin, Texas, and they find the hard hat, the painter's mask, Walmart bank card, like Walmart like gift cards.
How many
and-
days was this after it happened?
So the bank robbery was on February 16th,
Mhm.
and this was March
Okay.
13th.
Okay.
Yeah. So like I was just pickled
Yeah. You didn't want
from
to
like
think about
February. Yeah, just turned into the bottle.
it. Yeah.
Yeah. So like that's
Well, it's a
Well, how many?
That's a tragic thing
What was
to
this
go-
guy's
to go
name?
through.
So like I had a victim identification number with the FBI because this guy came into a bank with a gun and robbed it. So
Yeah.
that is a
How many?
that is a federal offense.
Well, what was it? What was his name?
His name was Israel
Or is his
Keys.
name?
His name was because he
Offed himself or something?
he did. So
Fucker.
yeah, he the reason why he is marked as a serial killer now. So like it's real weird how like I was getting out of Mansfield, like my mom like throws down my bond paperwork and like, oh, okay. My mom knows that I got busted with pot and here's my second DWI. Awesome.
Yeah.
So like we find out that he got caught like out in East Texas. He got extradited to Alaska because he was wanted because he kidnapped a girl that was working in a like coffee hut and took her cell phone and took her debit card and like killed her, like raped her, killed her, threw her body in a frozen lake, but like had her phone and her debit card and like told her family that she was still alive and was like demanding ransom money. And the reason why he was in Azle is he was coming to East Texas. He was on the run. Like that all happened.
Did he drive all the way down from?
He like
Alaska?
flew. He had driven from the Southwest. I think he got the vehicle either in Las Vegas or somewhere in New Mexico, and he tried to use the debit card at the racetrack in Azle, and it didn't work. And so it was just a crime of opportunity when he robbed the bank. But he got caught in East Texas, and so they extradited him up to Alaska. They wouldn't put him. He confessed to like murdering like an elderly couple in Connecticut the year prior.
Jeez.
Yeah. And then okay, so like along the same time, so like I was a beer buyer at the Live Oak and I have a interlock on my car. So like, like I'm flying right, like okay. The judge wanted me to take probation. And I was like, no. So they're like, well, here, go to therapy. Like, you're obviously, you might need to deal with some of this stuff. And it's like, oh, okay. Well, I obviously, you can pull up my interlock records because I don't have any warrants. I don't have any violations. I don't drink. Like, I turned to the bottle. I don't need to drink anymore. I come from a long line of alcoholics. I don't need to drink anymore.
Yeah.
And so they're talking, he's saying all this cryptic shit and talking to the FBI. And I do my therapy, and I told the judge, I was like, I've got more time than money, Your Honor. So I want to go ahead and just sit in jail. And so I sat in jail in November 14th to December 2nd. So yeah, I spent Thanksgiving in Tarrant County Jail. The only time that I got real meat the entire time I was in jail. And
Wait, what kind of meat?
like turkey versus the schmeat versus
Not-
what they serve, like
Not the
in
crappy
county.
bologna that's all smashed together.
No,
Yeah.
like I don't even think. I think it's like gym mats.
Yeah, that's
There's a little
same
iron
texture.
in these gym mats.
A little sweaty.
But
This thing's weird.
so I'm sitting in Tarrant County Jail, and if you've ever spent time in jail versus just sitting in the drunk tank, it's an experience. But I was in Cold Springs, and I got out. And the day that I got out, if I would have been in jail, I would have seen every news media junket doing the national news saying that this guy killed himself, like wrote a suicide note and like slit his wrist and hung himself. So like the day I was getting out of
East
jail,
Texas?
No, he did that up in Alaska.
Oh,
How
up in
did he
Alaska? I
have
forgot I did.
access to slit his wrist or throat or whatever?
He cut
I
you
bet
know,
you
cut
there
a
was-
razor.
I bet
he
you
cut a
he
razor
had
out
more
of a razor.
bodies than just those.
He did. He admitted to killing at least up to 12 people.
Damn.
Shit.
Yeah. David Israel Keys.
Damn.
K-Y or K-E-Y-E-S.
I won't look him up because I don't want to.
Oh, no, it's fine. Like, I can even show... No,
I'd
like...
rather not.
Well, like, whenever you look at, like, the wanted picture...
Yeah.
It, like, with him with, like, the... Hold on a second. Let me go ahead and pull it up.
You don't have to.
Was he from
No.
up there?
He was... He was a weirdo.
Israel, like the country?
Israel-Kyeyes.
Israel David Keys?
Yeah.
I see David Keys, his spokesperson, who's
Like
the Prime Minister of Israel.
No, that's not him. He robbed a bank in New York as well, and like wore like a fake mustache. But normally the picture that they pull up is like him like pointing with a gun, and that's from my mom's teller line.
I don't like this when I pull up the story in the Anchorage Daily News. It says, suspect serial killer Israel Keys enjoyed telling us details.
Yeah.
I don't like when your serial killer enjoys things.
Oh yeah, like he was a creep. Like, yeah. So
all I got is this fucking douchebag from Israel that keeps coming up on my fucking Google.
No, so that was kind of weird. Like having to deal with something like that. Like, it really kind of gave me some perspective on some things. Like, it made me not be such a hateful person, but at the same time, like, I remember, oh shit, you spent time in county. That gave me a little street cred. But yeah, like, and
oh, here we go.
But it's real messed up to try to like, oh, here it is, yeah,
Wow,
right
this
here,
dude?
yeah, right here,
God, he
this
looks like
picture,
a fucking doucher.
yeah, this picture right here, like he's pointing. If you can see that,
He looks like a
Dustin.
Nickelback fan.
He does. I bet he
That's-
listens to Five
I'm-
Finger Death Punch.
That's in my mom's.
Yeah.
That's in my mom's
That's the picture of
bank.
This one with him with the glasses and the hood over him with the gloves
Like
on.
I'm standing right here in this picture.
Let me see what you're looking at. Make sure it's the same one I'm looking at. Oh no! Look at this one I'm looking at. This one he's got. It's a different. He's got a big
Huh.
coat on, like a
That's
starter
in New
jacket.
York. That's whenever
the
he
one he
robbed
did
the
in New
bank
York?
in New York. Yeah.
He kind of looks like a burn victim.
No, but he like, yeah.
Like
So
like,
that was my little brush with crazy. I mean, I've encountered all kinds of crazy, but
I'm
some
sorry.
days, oh, like, and I've told people that story like across the bar or, like, but it took something like that to like know that this dude could have shot my mom or could have killed me, like could have took half of our family away from my dad and sister, but like. Small town Azel, 2 something in the afternoon.
That makes
it can
me
happen
scared to have my
anywhere.
daughters.
Well,
Makes me
there's
want to
a,
lock them up and send
See,
them
here's
to,
what's funny is I used to joke with people. Like I had a manager that would get like so like just put out with me, and I was like, you know what? I hope your daughter grows up to be just like me.
Yeah.
That's just sometimes that can be a really like foul thing to say. Be like,
bad
God
thing.
damn.
Well, Matt and I have brought this up. I think ever since year one of us doing this show, is one of those things where how many people do you think you pass daily, weekly, yearly?
Didn't we look it up? And the average is like 30 in your
that
lifetime.
Or either have killed someone,
Mhm.
or have murdered, or a serial killer.
Yeah.
Have killed multiple people in a sadistic way.
Right.
And
Do you factor in vets in that?
no, I think it's got to be just regular,
Like recreational
manslaughter.
killing.
Like murder, just
Right.
murder,
Just straight up
Like,
murder.
Yeah, not fighting
not
for your
a-
country
not a
or
fighting.
anything like that.
Right.
Nothing war related.
I think we looked it up. and
War
it was-
related would be way
it was
higher.
the average
Right.
person walks between, but what comes in contact with between 25 and 30 people. And of course, since if you work at a bar, that
Mhm.
number goes up.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
It shoots to the
Like
roof. But
since we
Like-
hung out at Texas Billiards so much, ours is probably good, probably like 400.
I feel like every time I'm in there.
Yeah.
But the same thing with like we were talking about. You go to a show, and you go see like a big show.
Mm-hmm.
You go see a national band coming through town.
Yeah,
and
that's-
how many people in the crowd, or
Or when you go
I've
to
been at Pantera shows, and I watched a Banditos biker guy get pissed that people were getting carried over the crowd, and he broke open a bottle and just started hitting people that were crowd surfing, and you're just
Yeah.
like, what the fuck?
Or remember when we went to the KMFDM, we're like, there could be a serial killer in here, like an old school.
And one of my best friends had the fuck beat out of them at a KMFDM show at Deep Elm Live.
Yeah.
So it's one of those things, and I think on Thursday night I'm supposed to go shoot
Serial killer?
No, I'm supposed to go shoot Zombie and Manson. How many people
Oh,
you
yeah.
think show up at that show and are like, I believe in all this stuff, and I believe in the Church of Satan, and I am a Satanist, and Manson is my God.
Are you trying to like mimic the Black Mass like
Yeah, there you go.
episode from
Yeah.
Metal? That's how you get raccoons.
Yes. That's how you
Hail
reckon.
Satan! Hail Satan!
Shit.
It's crazy. I mean, this world is a crazy world, and you're driving down the road.
Hey, and I'm from Azle, so think about how many people I come across.
Well, the thing about being out there, and it's not just Azle, because even where you get into rural country, rural Texas,
Mhm.
you get meth heads, and they will snap and do all sorts of weird shit like that.
Yep.
And that's what you got to fear, is that they're under the influence and will do
What
any
will
and
they
everything
do
without
to me?
thinking.
Well,
Yeah.
dude, it's just like what happened to us.
Crocodile.
No, real deal at Taps.
Oh yeah,
Like,
that guy was out.
That guy was out of his mind, and just
And didn't
next
know
thing,
he
we
did
didn't have
any of
anything
it.
to do with it, and I get stabbed, and my friend gets stabbed, and it's crazy.
I nearly ran
Crazy
him
stuff.
over.
And
that was-
I've got no restitution at all. Thank you, Tarrant County, for giving
Yeah.
me a harder punishment for a DWI than a man that stabbed me and almost killed me.
And
I appreciate
he
that.
stabbed 3 people that night.
Yeah.
And didn't get
Thank you.
shit.
Yep. Well, that's a good
Yeah.
thing to wrap it up on. Is death and murder and how our legal system has failed
Hey,
us.
how did we start? Did we start dark?
Yeah, we started way dark.
There
with
you go.
So we're gonna
plane
end dark.
Full
I
circle.
didn't even get to that. I just wanted to say that, Matt used to have a segment the first few years of our show that was called
Punch in the face.
the Punch in the Face of the Week. I think this week we need to have the JJTM Hero of the Week, and that is Mr. Sky King in Seattle.
You gonna play it again?
I won't play it again, but I just want to say, for all of us that have ever just wanted to say, fuck this job, I'm done,
Okay.
and
hey,
I'm going to go have fun.
No. I got one thing to say, and this will put the whole thing in perspective.
Yeah.
Grand Theft Auto. How many times you done that in Grand Theft Auto?
Oh,
GTA.
anytime I turn it on.
Yeah.
But the thing is, like, he had some issues, and he said, he never, everybody said he was real quiet, kept to himself, and, seemed to be a happy guy, but
I heard he wasn't. I heard he was a hangout dude. Like he had a ton of friends and a ton of family that loved him,
I
and
don't know.
he was cool and everything.
But he's done
Like
what
the-
all of us have always wished we could do at a job. He just
Yeah.
happened to be an aircraft mechanic that had access to an airplane.
That got
And
shot
he
down
just
by-
got, and don't give me this bullshit, because a lot of people are saying, it was because he made minimum wage. Aircraft mechanics do not make minimum wage.
Mm-mm.
They make good money.
No, I thought he was a gate agent though. I've heard two things. I've heard he's a gate agent, and I've heard he's minimum wage guy.
Everything I heard was aircraft mechanic.
It was always minimum wage, but you're right. If you're an aircraft mechanic, you don't make minimum wage.
No, you make good money. I got a buddy that's one.
I know
and
gate
he
agents.
makes good
Gate agents
money.
don't make minimum wage either. They make more than that,
Well, either way,
and they're union.
the guy snapped at his job. And how many of us have always wanted to just say, fuck this place, I'm going out in a blaze of glory. I'm sad that he died at the end of it. And that's a little skeptical on how that might have happened.
Yeah. I like how he asked, if I pull this off,
Will
you
I
guys get a job as a pilot?
If he pulls off a barrel roll.
Is this immediate gel time?
Yeah. Is this immediate
immediate
gel
gel
If I hate that it ended, and there's conflicting reports with how it ended, and don't want to get into all that conspiracy theories or whatever. Was he shot down? Did an F-15 knock him out? Wingtip.
What was it? Wingtip.
Wingtip him into the ground, and as he was over an island and away from people. But
would it be a wing pit?
it kind of
Like
would be,
getting
wouldn't it?
pitted?
Yeah, like a
Getting
car.
pitted?
Yeah. But I
So
want to say,
pitted.
I want to give him a hand for doing what all of us have always said we wanted to do at a job. Like at my job, I've always said, like,
I want to
if
give
I
him,
win the lottery, I'm going to get my work truck. I'm going to go to work.
Yeah.
I'm going to get my work truck, and I'm going to drive my work truck to Austin or Houston and just leave it, and then be like, peace.
Set that bitch on
Get it.
fire and walk away.
I'm not going to set it on
I
fire.
wanna
I'm just
give
going
him-
to leave it somewhere.
I want to give him a hand for great audio.
Yeah, the audio, that's another thing. Having the wherewithal to actually have the headset on and to put it on and to communicate with the tower the entire time.
Any chance he was a listener of our show?
No. There's no way.
I
We're
don't know.
hoping not.
A lot of people text me and are like, one of your friends listening to your show's dead.
Yeah. Got a bunch of weird text after that.
Yeah. Well, it's
So,
been good, y'all. I
It
gotta
has been
go.
good.
I'm tired.
I want to say thank you, Jessi, for coming in.
Thank you for having me.
Yes,
Thank you for
Jessi.
everything.
Very
You're
interesting.
welcome.
Yeah,
I wish we'd have
it's been
gotten to the end stuff earlier because actually, everyone that listens to this show, tell your friends to listen to the whole thing, even the end, because the end's badass.
It always ends that way.
Yeah.
But
Well,
you're
and I don't
more
have
than-
any music for you to play at the
Oh, yeah,
end.
there's
so
not.
there's
So
that.
there's- But you're more than welcome to come in whenever you want.
I'd love to.
Promote anything the Fort Worth Weekly has. Consider our podcast friends of the Fort Worth Weekly, because we are.
Why, thank you.
We
Mi
love everything you
podcast
guys do.
Es su podcast.
I mean, you'll have friends other than just Griffey.
I
Like
said that
that's
right.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we do.
I gotta go pee.
And he's poor Griffey.
he's a good guy.
He's a good guy, but he stood us up. So you have bigger balls than Griffey does.
Damn right.
Yeah. So thank you for coming in, and look for Babes in Toyland on the 27th at Mass.
Babes in Boyland.
Or Babes in Boyland.
Babes in Toyland. Let's
Is-
get them at Mass.
Yeah, let's get them at Mass.
Fuck
That'll be awesome.
yeah.
Yeah. And yeah, and we can look for you at the Fort Worth Weekly, right?
Absolutely.
All right. Thank you.
Thanks, guys.
Good night. Oh.
My ears are gonna fall off.
Mine
Right.
are too. I don't know what happened.
We get to chatting.
We do. That's what happens on this. But yeah, we need to do it at the chat.
Right.
Or at
Hi, Roxy dog.
up there.
Oh, wow, that is a long show. Wow, nice.
Yeah. Like I said, I can chat about things for a while.
It was fun. There was gold in there.